Well, very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. Today it's the 16th of November 2021, 3 minutes past 4 in the afternoon here in the UK. Back in X-Men 11, and we're finally in the ToLiss Airbus A340-600, the ultra-long, ultra-modern, well, not ultra-modern now, but when it was released it was, Airbus, which you've all been requesting me to fly for a while. I purchased it 2 or 3 weeks ago. I've been doing loads of things in between that, the Dash 8, some Zebo streams, some other stuff as well, and I finally got round to jumping into this aircraft today. Lovely sector for you. We're in London Gatwick. We're streaming 6 hours behind live time, so we can enjoy the scenery because I've got Ortho 4XP installed, and also Orbex very kindly sent me over their Spanish True Earth scenery, their Southern Spain True Earth scenery, so we can enjoy that approach, which is why we're flying into Malaga today. Malaga, an airport I've flown into loads of times before, and that's really good when I'm flying something like this modern Airbus, because as many of you well know, I'm not, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan, I just sometimes, I'm so engrossed with Boeing, my head is so around flying the 737NG. Whenever I fly into this aircraft, it's all too much your amusement as well. So I've done a couple of practice sectors, got there safely. You know, we'll have to see what happens. We're on VATSIM, of course, and I'm really looking forward to flying this aircraft today. Who have we got here in chat then today? We've got Dennis, Avgeek, Rezex was here at the start there, Boeing 737 Captain, Heavy Alpacas today, very cool it is. Anthony Murphy, thank you very much, you're 28 members as a member, and you've highlighted your comment. Proud to be part of the best channel on YouTube, great content with great banter and crack and great group of people. Thank you very much, Anthony, thank you so much for your continued support as well. Yes, I just thought for one off we'll do the original intro music today. We'll go back to the regular one next stream. I thought we'd have a bit of fun today. Hope you're doing well, Dave Hagan, PJ as well. Anthony, good day everyone, get your bingo cards ready. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of my favourite expressions today, especially flying this big beast of an aircraft as well. Listen, I hope you're doing well. The solos in this version are very cool. Yes, they sure are. Cool. Yes, this is Gatwick Origami Studios, also sent to me via the team at Indie Builds as well, so very generous, all these people sending me over their sceneries and stuff, so it's going to look fantastic today with live weather especially. Hope you're doing well, Taylor 31425 as well. Jonathan Wiltshire, oh now this is a beautiful ship, it does look really nice. I have to say a massive thank you to Moen for making the livery for this one in the classic Alpaca Airways livery as well. Hope you're doing well. Will185, good afternoon. Matt Burgess, John Padfield, Jamlin as well. Matt Warren, I hear this music automatically starts playing in real 737s when you start up the engines. I wonder if that's true. Not heard it myself, but you never know. Jamlin, I do hope you've updated your CSR. I did push some fixes for the A340-600. Yes, I had it updated prior to our group flight on Saturday with your new Dash 8's on. I don't know if you've updated it since then, but we might see another A340 perhaps joining us on the sector today. Andrea F, hello Captain, how are you? Are you taking advantage of the strong jet stream over the west coast of France this evening? I've not actually looked at the upper airway charts at all, but flight time should be in the region of 2 hours and 5 minutes today. We should get a straight in off runway 13. You can see a lot of aircraft. The reason I chose Gatwick as well, because I've got some great scenery for it. It's also usually one of the airports which always has some element of ATC on VATSIM, especially in the afternoon evening. We've got ground at least at the moment at ATIS. Don't know what's going to happen later on in Malaga. Lauren, looks like there's going to be 4 Alpaca A340s to Malaga. Very good. Well, I can see... might have a slight CSL issue because unless someone is taking an Iberia, there's an Iberia A340 here. We've got a Speedbird A320 and someone's just coming to ground very quickly. There's a huge jumbo jet next to me, but here we are in the Alpacas Airways A340-600. Remember to start 2 engines at a time like a pro. Fabio, I'm following the ToLiss recommended checklist for this because there isn't an X checklist or anything like that, so the one that's provided here in the normal manual I'll be following here, which instructs you to start 2 engines at once 10 seconds after each other. So I don't know if it's based off any airline's particular flow, but it works out well. I mean, essentially for me, I've noticed this is like the A320 with just a couple of extra engines, and it's a lot longer and a lot wider. It seems to handle them pretty much the same way, but it's when this thing gets into descent, Airbus and descent, manage this, open that, speed window close, and then it starts slowing down. And I found out yesterday testing it, I found the speed brake very ineffective when it got high, so yeah, it'll be fun. You guys are going to love it when we get on the approach there. Yaroslav, what ortho source are you using? Well, this is True Earth at the moment, but I actually use Zoom level 15 and Bing most of Europe en route, depends where I am in the world. Always look online to see what the best source is. Does Jim ever get annoyed? He is never pilot fly. Occasionally, Carl Greg, he will say to me at the bar afterwards at the hotel, you know, can you let me have a go? Just say, sorry Jim, your reputation just can't allow that. I'm glad to say this sort of things don't happen in real life there. Jamie, I did update it 3 times on Saturday. Oh my goodness, I definitely updated it on... No, I updated it on Sunday. Before the... no, on Saturday before the group flight. Well, I definitely updated it at least once, so I didn't realise you actually updated it 3 more times since, so I probably don't have the most up-to-date one. I'll try and get that done as soon as possible. Tim, what are your frames like this with the scenery? I have the excellent standard version, but it's pretty heavy. It's quite good, mostly thanks for ToLiss A340. I mean, I'm getting 45 FPS, but I put that down to this aircraft being brilliant on FPS. It's always been known to be really good on the FPS. Perfect, so let's spawn on into the aircraft. I imagine we've just come from the crew room, going down the air bridge. In we go. Completely cold and dark. I've not done anything at all to this aircraft apart from load the fuel and the passengers. There we are. Ah, yes. Professional as ever. Mason Island, thank you very much for your membership. Welcome aboard, buddy. Glad you enjoyed the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom modes in chat. Hope you're doing very well. Thank you very much. Perfect. So let's get the show on the road. So basically, aircraft's completely cold and dark. All I've done, if you have a look at our operational flight plan down here, you can see I need about 30 tons. So this is a slightly modified version. This is the one recommended by ToLiss. It has a slight increase in the fuel bias because the standard one, the flight plans were a little bit... the real aircraft, the ToLiss, was burning a bit more fuel than the flight plan was suggesting. With this fuel bias, it's a little bit closer now with plus 6%. You can see it burns 29.3 tons. We're going to have a block fuel of 29.3 tons. The standard 30 minutes extra fuel I always take, well, an hour, it's 8 tons. So I put 4 tons on top of this. So basically, I've uploaded 33.3. If you go here, you can see I've got 33.5. That's as close as I can get it. Thank you.
I've got my notepad at the ready. No pressure.
Oh, I'm Paris. Thanks a lot for the $5. I was really thinking about playing your video at the start of this stream. I might do it later on the cruise here. I am Paris, one of the members of this channel, made an Airbus. I hate Airbus compilation based off mostly the Microsoft Flight Simulator default Airbus, to be fair. But I might play that later. It's on my Instagram page for sure. But thank you very much, Ian, for making that video and your continued support as a member as well. So 33.5. Oh, for goodness sake, it took me so long to get that close to that as well. Oh no, it didn't. 33.5. Full load of passengers. So on the ToLiss A340, you can actually select up to, I think it's like 440. It's like an all economy layout. Well, we've got the layout which has 306 seats apparently, which I think is based off a Lufthansa layout. So we've got pretty much a full load of passengers, like 305. So that's that page loaded. We'll get the aircraft all powered up now. So cockpit preparation. First thing it says in the checklist, this is the ToLiss Standard Operating Procedures checklist. Check all the engine master switches are off. The engine mode selector is in the normal position. Just turn that music down slightly. There we go. Weather radar system's off, and the weather radar predictive wind shear warning's off. So off and off. Landing gear lever verifies in the down position. There it is. It's down. Wipers are both off. There we are, off, and we can now turn the batteries on. So battery 1, 2, APU battery, external power's on. There we are. Not
and top fly 112 is ready for
just turn FATSIM down here. So yeah, it's all powered up. I'm going to turn all the screens up here slightly. God, I've got so many windows open here in the background. 4-engine long haul. Well, maybe one day, Base Starter. Maybe one day. Arthur Y,
20,
thank you very much
10.
for the £10 donation. That's very kind. What have you got here to say here?
Shame that ToLiss didn't do the
ToLiss.
A340-300. Wouldn't even need a flight model. The poor thing could barely take off with 4 A320 engines.
Thank you very much, Arthur Y, for the tenner. Yeah, I understand the earlier versions of 340-300. Did they make a 400? I don't know, but the 500. They had, is it the CFM engine? Same as the NG, essentially. And it was extremely underpowered, this aircraft, the original version. The 600, this one has the Rolls-Royce engines, the Trent engines, much more thrust available, so there's a lot more performance as well. And today, yeah, we're only taking, what, about a quarter of the fuel capacity? Not even that, so we should have plenty of performance available. It'd be quite cool to have the old hairdryer version, for sure. Maybe ToLiss in time, or add that as an additional update. Thank you very much for your contribution there, Arthur. Perfect. So batteries are on, and then it says application of AC power. We've done that. External power A and B is connected. We can also put the APU on and provide AC power for the battery, but if you have ground power, that is not required. So we can now continue with the cockpit preparation. So it says air conditioning panel, which is here. Make sure all white lights are off. Now I remember for the Airbus, you've got to basically turn all the white lights off, including the 10,000 fuel tanks, which we'll do later as per the checklist. But we've turned all the white lights off on that panel. Crossbleed rotary switch is in auto. Where are you? I think it's that one there. We'll leave that one in auto. Cockpit temperature and cabin temperatures as desired. Let's leave it on the green arrow. Cargo air conditioning temperature regular. Where are you? There we are. Temperature regular. Okay, that's done. Cockpit lighting we can now set up. So I think the dome light's on by default. Yeah, we'll leave it on bright then. We'll put the standby compass lights on. Seatbelt signs can come on. We'll put the no llama switch on. I spied that earlier. We don't allow llamas at Alpaca Airways. Thanks, Moen. 10 out of 10. And we've got nav lights on already. Let's put. Oh, actually, we don't. Nav logo on 1 and 2. That just tells everyone we have AC power connected, so you can see. Hopefully, yeah. There's the green starboard and red port light on. You probably get a little white light at the tail as well. So that's all done. And set brightness for all 6 display units as required. So it is always fun. I've really been looking forward to this stream because I like the challenge flying the Airbus presents to me as an NG driver. It's always quite rewarding when I get it from A to B. Also, it's very hard to butter this aircraft, I found. I did on the test sector. There might be some members here who watched the test sector on Discord yesterday. I did butter it, but on a couple of extra landings I did nowhere near a butter there. Who else we've got here in chat? I'll try and answer some questions where I can. The Ventura 98, hi there, sorry to bother you, no problem. But what clouds are you using that plugin? It's the Enhanced Skyscapes plugin, which Aaron Hastings provided the link for. Aaron, you haven't got back to me. You need to claim your giveaway prize from the group flights. I'm waiting for your reply. We need to send that out to you as well. Hope you're doing well, Plainly. Very good evening, everyone. Good evening to you as well. So we've got the lights turned up. What we've got next then? Set brightness displays. Door panel. Check the oxygen pressure. I wonder why that's on the door panel. I need to turn up my FMC as well. FMC 1 and 2. Press the door panel. Where are you? Doors. I can't even see a door button. Takeoff config, engine APU, there we are, door. Crew oxygen, 1850 psi, there we are. Hydraulic page, reservoir fluid level, check in the normal range, so hydraulics. Make sure it's in the green bar, okay, perfect. We have everything in the green, blue and yellow in the green range, perfect. Engine oil quantity, check normal. You may have to switch FADIC ground power on to check this, okay. So engine, I think we can see it though, can't we? Yeah, oil quantity 18 quarts, perfect, that's all fine then. Yeah, I remember how to do that FADIC ground power check. You have to go up here, turn on this blue hydraulic pump. Oh, actually, I think we need to do it anyway, because I've got to charge up the brake accumulator pressure. Yeah, it's not in the green bar. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Matthew Budge, thanks for 17 months. Is there going to be a rigged giveaway of the ToLiss A340? Unbelievable. No giveaway today, no giveaway. Usually when I do giveaways, it's when a developer sends me the aircraft for free. Now, I'm not saying that ToLiss should have sent me this for free at all. Absolutely not, because, I'm not an Airbus pilot, and there's plenty of other great streamers out there. But, no, I had to fork out the 100 quid or something for this one. I will do some more giveaways in the future. Won't get them every single stream though, I'm afraid, Matthew Hodge. Thank you, Fabio, for the €5. Rosie just watching long, good lord, unbelievable. Thank you, Fabio.
Hey Captain,
hello.
Have to leave to go teach Tai Chi to poor mortals. Smiley face. Have a nice flight. Underscore FT2 stop gun.
Stop gun. I've never seen that one used in that one there before. Thank you very much, Fabio, for the €5. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. And have fun teaching Tai Chi. Tai Chi, is that some... I'm going to embarrass myself here. Is that some sort of, like, martial arts or something? Is it... oh, yeah, it is martial arts. Tai Chi, I thought it was some sort of tea. But I forgot, yeah, it is a martial arts. Thank you very much, Fabio. Indeed, that's very, very kind. Thank you as well for subscribing there to you as well. When he can't rig it, he does. I know. Thanks for the 7 months as well, Lee Russell. He says, hey, thank you very much indeed. Perfect. Right, better crack on here with the setup. Engine oil quantity we checked. Flight controls, check flat position shown on the EWD. I'm Not sure what that acronym stands for, but there is the flap indicator position, matches the flap position. Sort of do the same check of the NG, which is all good. Check the speed brake lever is retracted. You can't see the white band, which means it's armed. Brake accumulator pressure check. So I need to charge up my brake accumulator. I remember this from the tutorial flight, so I think I flick open this guard, turn that on. You get a little bit of a whirring noise. And you see that little needle. There it goes, look! Charging the brake accumulator pressure. Once it's in the green range, we can turn the this off. I think it's some sort of standby pump. But yes, the brake accumulator, if you lose your hydraulics in the NG, you have the stored brake pressure to allow you to apply the brakes after landing and to losing all your hydraulic systems, which is pretty cool. Nix, can you import the flight plan from SimBrief to this aircraft? I don't think so. I don't think so. I have to do it manually. I don't know if there's a plugin to allow for it, but at the moment I don't think so. Flight preparation and overhead panel, all white lights on. This includes turning on all fuel pumps. So again, even if there's no fuel in them, I think you turn on all the fuel pumps. How many fuel pumps do you need? My goodness. Anyway, all the lights are extinguished. Is there any more of those white lights on the overhead panel? No, I think we're all good. Navigation equipment, all ADIR mode selected to nav, and it says do one at a time, only switch on the next one when the on-bat and fault light extinguishes. So let's go for 1, 2. Pete White, I'm a black belt and Earl Grey. I love it. Why Tai Chi? Tell me, there's some sort of tea that is Tai Chi related or something, isn't there? I don't know. 3 nav ADIRUs, well, IRSs are a nav. Now we can go with the rest of the setup. Anti-eye systems, probe heat, window heat on auto. I love it, just one switch to deal with it all. Environmental controls, landing elevation knob is in auto. It's in auto. Manual valve select switch is in both. It's on both. Set black flow to normal. It's in normal. Elec panel. Check that there's no amber lights except the fault lights with the IDGs. That's all good. Engine fire protection, APU fire test coming up. So all the way up here to the overhead panel. So you push the test button. You get the fire warning lights, the squibs, discharge lights. You can check the ECAM, engine 1 file. Fire, there's the checklist. Land ASAP. We'll do the APU fire as well. APU fire test. Same again. Land ASP APU fire checklist. Love it. I love the little ECAM with all the checklists there. The Burko Flyer. Hi, Captain. How do your landings fare in this beast? Mixed Burko Flyer. I've only done 3 landings. First one was butter. 2 of them not so great. We'll see what the butter calculator says. Hi, Astro. Would be doing well for next stream for some operators. You don't have to wait for the ADIR on battery light to turn off for each one. Can do all 3, then wait for the light off. Thank you, Astro. Yeah, the checklist on here explains that you have to wait. I don't know if that's an error on ToLiss's behalf then, but a lot of you guys know the exact procedures when it comes to these aircraft here. Cool. Maintenance panel. All lights are off. The checklist is a bit all over the place on the panel. Doesn't seem to be much of a flow, but I'm just following it. It's like this with number add-on. So maintenance panel. All lights are off. Ventilation panel. Lights are off. Annunciator lights test. That's down here. There we go. Let's make sure the lights switch on. Ah, yes. Like a Christmas tree. Beautiful. Right, that's done. And we'll leave it in the bright position. Main instrument panels set. North reference push button. Well, we're not going anywhere over the North Pole, so we'll leave that off. DMC selection knob. That's in auto. ECAM ND transfer knob is also in auto. That's that switch there. Landing gear gravity extension off and guarded. Anti-skid switch is on. Pedestal. Let's turn on the radios and actually grab the 80s here. So audio control panels set VHF as appropriate. So we can turn up the volume here. This all works with VATSIM, which is really cool. Thrust levers are idle. Thrust reversers are stowed. Engine master switch off. Engine mode selector in normal. ATC standby. It's in standby. Altitude reporting on. And then we'll grab the squawk shortly, and then it's time to load up the FMC. It's taking some time, guys, but remember, I don't fly Airbus at all. I have to read these checklists in full to be able to understand what is going on. Lauren, on battery thing is company dependent. Thank you. Mark King, it's the technical way to do it, but it doesn't need to be followed. British Airways SOPs don't state it either. Very cool. They've got a nice little ADIRS/FMC conversation going on in chat. Keep it up, guys. Qigong is better than Tai Chi. Chai is a word for tea in other languages if you combine Tai and Chi. Thank you, John. My days. Brilliant. Does the middle MCDU on the pedestal work? I think so, Gino. I think it has some basic functionality. I was pressing some switches earlier, like if you press SAT, it just says work in progress, but if you go to ACMS, oh yeah, that one's work in progress. There was, yeah, I think you can get some information from there. I don't think it's fully modelled. You can't use it as a flight management computer, I don't think. If you push out the buttons, nothing happens. But yeah, we'll go. How do I go back to the menu now? Well, I'll leave it here because I won't be using it today. Right, let's grab the ATIS, see what the weather's doing. Expecting runway 26 left for departure here in Gatwick. Just tuning up the frequency. 136.525. Oh, it takes ages. Sometimes they set it to 0.1 decimal points instead of 0.25, so it takes ages to tune the frequency. So 525. No voice, I'm afraid, so I'm just going to have to get it on text, guys. Oh, the ATIS is very empty. I don't know why it's not saying anything, but it says, here it comes. Information Tango. Runway 26 left, transition level 70, surface wind 2103, 10k, broken at 1700 feet, temperature is 11, G.6, QNH is 1021. So you have Information Tango. So QNH is 1021. I have it set so it syncs up all three altimeters, and now we can load up the flight management computer. So this is the same as the A320, thankfully, which I could thankfully recall other streams I've done in the past where I've struggled and then review what I need to do. So latest AirX installed, and we have the Trent Rolls-Royce engines. We're going to go to the init page. We're going to type in from and to, so we're going from Gatwick, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo, to Malaga, Lima Echo Mike Golf. There we are. Our flight number today is Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. I don't know if anyone can see what I did there. 34 Alpha Bravo. Passenger numbers 305. Cost index 10. That's Alpaca Airways Airbus cost index. Cruising at flight level 370. I should be able to get up to 390, no problem though. Temperature, I guess, is at top of climb, so let's have a look here at the first waypoint at 370. This will do here. Where's temperature? Minus 59. Let's go with that. There we are. I can go to init B. I'll do this now before I forget. 0 fuel weight. We'll get that from the little ISCS. So that is 216 tons. Oh yeah, I wanted to put 10 tons of cargo on board as well. So 5. Oh, it's so sensitive. Let me just turn my mouse down a bit so I can get my 5 tons in. 5 in the front, 5 in the back. And that should be equaling, what's it, 226. There we are, 226. So apply, quick refuel, and I'm going to stick in 226 into the FMC. It's probably the wrong order, but I don't think it makes much difference. 226, block fuel, we'll just read off the gauges, 33.5 tons, an extra 33 minutes we took. 33 minutes, 30 minutes, there we are, so we've pre-populated all the information there. in it, perfect. Are we going to get some more clips of the I Hate Airbus reel, possibly, from here? Perfect, that's all in. So once we've done that, I can now go to the flight plan page. So flight plan, you know what, let me just grab my clearance to make sure that I'm going to get the expected SID.
To Malaga, 1025 Airbus A340, requesting clearance to Malaga.
Oh my goodness, the apron seemed filled up. Right, he got a number 1 X-ray, so that's what I'm planning. I'm very certain we'll get the same departure.
We are clear to Malaga Airport, the Victor 1X.
Is it a number or a NOV, man?
For Alpaca 502.
Africa 502, read back, correct information, Tango QNH 102.
It's the only one beginning with N.
Tango with QNH 1021 for Alpaca 502, thank you.
Gatwick ground, good day, Alpaca 16 Papa Alpha, stand 54 information, Tango A310, press fire, flight to Malaga.
Malaga. Oh, CG is 23.1. I need to enter that, do I? Oops.
Alpaca 16, correction, Alpaca 16, Papa Alpha, Gatwick ground to low clearance, Malaga.
Where do I put the CG? Oh yeah, here, guys.
Number 1 X-ray 1143, Alpaca.
So it's number 1 X-ray. So we'll come back to getting the clearance later then. Let's just crack on here. 23.1. Thanks, guys. Is it? Is the inputs in a slightly different place in the A320? I swear that came earlier. There we are. That's done. I'll go back to flight plan. Keep that up, guys. Anything I miss in chat, let me know there. Yeah, I don't have the latest CSL. That's a shame. I should have checked that then. I thought I had it all updated, but was discussing that earlier. Right, flight plan. Gatwick, departure, 26 left. It's a number, no, November 1 X-ray, sorry. There we go, insert, because we're not flying any transition from there. And then from November, let's go here to the flight plan. Perfect. Turn this groovy music down. So from November, I need to press November Airways. From November, Lima 620 Sam. Is this the most efficient way of doing it? I think previously I did it in a not so efficient way, but I think you can only put up to 5 waypoints in here before you have to insert and then start again. But I don't think there's any other quicker way I could do this. Maruk. From Marok, November 621 to Lelna. At least it's not INS coordinates. From Lelna, upper November 621. Yeah, basic. I'm joking, basic. Basic is how it's pronounced. I suppose because I finished watching on Netflix the Good Place. Anyone watch that series? Great series. Very sad at the end though. To Novan. We can insert that. I don't think I can. I have to do it that way and then just carry on from Novan. I think that's the only way there. You don't have to put in the waypoint, just airways. No need to enter takeoff, just pop the airways and we'll fill it in. Okay. This is where it differs from my operator. You know, so I'm so much more comfortable. So if I just put from Novan, if I just put in the airway then, up at November 864. Now what? Do I put Delog still? Because airways can terminate at several waypoints. Ah! There's no airway here. Direct creaser. Now what? Oh, why can't I put creaser in? Delog, direct creaser. Do I have to put direct? I can't. There's no airway now, so I'm gonna have to put. Do I put DCT? Oh, how did I do this on the test sector? Insert, I remember now. Delog, and then I have to go. I had to do next waypoint, then creaser. That was the only way I could get it in. Silly thing. Delog creaser. I'm perfect. I'm basically a master creaser. Oh dear. I just do what I know. Creaser, up in November 864. To be fair, this is what it says to in a tutorial, and then Volpe. There we are, I've done it now. Delog Creaser Volpe, I've flown this a million times, and we can go to...
information uniform.
Oh,
Time 1620.
welcome to the party, Alias. Malaga, Volpe, 2 kilo now. ILS 13 Zulu, ILS 130, Volpe 2 kilo, and it's via the Amigo. There we are, insert. So, just check for no discontinuities. I don't dare look at chat, there's the missed approach. It's all in there. Everything connected beautifully. Even though probably not the most efficient way of loading the routing, but it's in. I think that's all that matters. Flight deck to MCDU. The difference between a rookie and a pro is that just the right YouTube video. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You can also type the direct waypoint, then press the discontinuity. Very interesting. Very good. Kieran, instead of scrolling on the flight plan page, use the flight plan airport button to jump top or bottom respectively, saves time. See, in the NG, you just have one way, you punch it in, execute, job's done. There's about 10 million different ways to skin a cat, would see, with this one. My goodness. Don't forget performance flap 3 standard configuration. Yes, we're going to use flap 3 for takeoff. That's what I was told is the default flap setting. Right, so I've loaded up the routing. No discontinuities, I've checked that. I won't worry about alternate routing. Don't plan to step altitudes. And now I need to put in the climb and cruise winds as well. John O'Connor, thanks for the €5. Very kind of you, sir. What have you got to say today?
Caught a live stream.
Oh.
Still watching all your previous vids and love them.
Thank you, John.
Any plans to do another MSFS CRJ stream in the 900 1000s?
1000. Thank you very much, John O'Connor, for the €5. Very kind of you. Yes, we could do that because a lot of people are asking for a Microsoft Flight Sim stream recently. So maybe I'll jump back into that CRJ app. They've updated, haven't they, to a 900,000 edition. So I've got the I don't know, what is it, 6, 7, 800, which it's been months since we've flown it, and no doubt it's been updated since we've last flown it. So yeah, I might look into that. Indeed, perhaps another stream in the next few days. So thank you very much, John, for the €5. Very kind. Perfect. So, what have I got left to do? Enter climb and cruise winds. Okay, right select key, any waypoint before top of climb. Alright, let's do Midhurst. Go to access wind data, wind request. So obviously this isn't the correct winds, it's not 0, so it says do this. I don't know if it ignores active sky, but all I'm going to do for the cruise wind at flight level 370 is put the average wind in, and that should give me a reasonably accurate ETA and fuel on arrival. So average wind 354 at 33. So we should have a tailwind pretty much the whole way on average. There we are. So that's fine here. Cool. Radio nav page. Check radio navigation auto tuning. So I'll leave it as it is. I will perhaps put the information for the RLS in here later. I know it's not necessarily needed, but I always find that sometimes it doesn't always work if I don't do it, so I'll leave it blank for now. In it B, we've done performance page. Time for takeoff performance, and we're nearly ready to go, guys. Thank you all very much for your patience. I know we're not starting, you know, we're usually pushing back by this time, but it's nice to get everything done as properly as possible. Right, ToLiss, OpenEye S interactive simulation control system. So, flap 3, active flight plan. I don't need to use toga thrust, so there we are. 26 left, CG 25.9, up 3.4. I think that's the trim, but I can only set that after engine start. Flex temp 47, packs on V speed. So let's put these in then. 153. I don't know what slope is at Gatwick, but it worked fine yesterday. 153, 153, 157. So quite high V speeds, even with a higher flap setting. Flap 3. So I think I go 3 slash up 3.4. Up 3.4. Oh yes. And I have to put an F, don't I? F 47. Why you can't just put 47? You have to put sign tags, I don't know, but there we are. What have I missed, guys? Performance is in, V speeds are in, next phase, climb. Well, I'll leave it on the takeoff page there. I think that's all done. Trim I can't set yet. MCP, stop altitude will be 4,000 on this SID. I don't need to set heading, I don't need to set speed. It's an Airbus, it'll do all that for me. Quoted from V1 there, Sir Commander Jennifer. Flexes for noobs. Well, that's definitely me then. V speeds are all set, and I think we're ready for startup preparation. So lighting we've done, Q&H, localizer scales on if needed for departure. It's not. Reset the clock if required. We'll do that later for takeoff. We'll need to get our squawk. We'll get our APU started now. So master switch on. I don't know how long you have to wait. Oops, just need to arm the emergency exit lights. Start. Let's go outside so you can hear this boot up. I should think that's an alpaca next to us, or maybe it is a virgin one, but no, I haven't got all my... That's a fake... Ah. I thought that was quite quick starting up on the test sector. Where's my APU button? Oh, I think it's going up now. Ah, there it goes. Perfect. Right, let me try and grab my clearance again. I was super busy earlier. Ground frequency is now tuned.
Gatwick Ground, hello, Adrian 06 with uniform stand number 33, type A340-6. Request IFR clearance to Malaga.
Sounds like everyone's going to Malaga still, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to wait to get my clearance. So as soon as I listened in, about 10 million people getting their clearance, so we're a couple more minutes there. So APU is running and available, so I think I can just disconnect the GPU. So say APU must switch to on. We've done that. Pushback preparation, we've done that. So do I just turn off the... There we are, GPU's off. Yes, look, it hasn't depowered or unpowered, so that's all good. So ground services, get rid of the GPUs. And APU bleed can come on as well, which is... Where are you? There we go. There's lovely conditioned air into the cabin. And I think we are all ready to go. I'll get a better pushback ordered. And let's connect first.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
It's the moody guy, of course. Scott C, thanks for your 10 months as a member. Unfortunately, have the...
Minimums.
Oh no, you've got
Minimums.
COVID. That's
Minimums.
a bugger, Scott. Hope you get better soon, buddy. Did a flight in this beast from Sydney to LA last night. Ran smooth the whole way. Glad I finally caught a live stream. Thank you very much, Scott C. Wishing you a speedy recovery from the big C19. Take care, buddy. Aquataville, thanks for 2 months as a member. Airbus is like fill in the FP flight plan. Push toga. Wait while attendant wakes you up at destination. Yeah, something like that. Perfect. John, we're not ready if you forgot to tell the foot warmer. There we go. Oh, pleased to say ToLiss have modelled this bad boy. This is what every pilot needs. That's it. After takeoff checklist, gear up, tray table out. I've only just realised that's pretty much my facial expression when I fly this aircraft. I'll put it away now.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
I'm trying to... I can't remember how to put it away now. There we go. Brilliant. Please tell me where you want to go. I know. Constraint button on the MCP. Thank you, max rank. I guess that is required. There we go. Right, let's try third time to try and get our clearance now on ground. Seems to be a little bit quieter now. Perfect. Gatwick ground, very good afternoon. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, stand 15 with Tango 1021, departure clearance to Malaga.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, Gatwick ground, hello, clearance Malaga, Northern 18 X-ray, squawk 7216.
Cleared to Malaga on the Northern 1 X-ray, squawk 7216, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, reback correct.
Perfect, so 4,000 feet. And squawk come in now, which was 7216.
EG37 X-ray taxi left, Tango right.
And yeah, sorry, I'm just reporting on. So there we are, squawks in, 4,000 feet. And we're all ready to go. Let me just brief our sit taxi, because there's not much to say really. We're on stand 15, push back to face west. We're going to taxi out via Kilo, most likely left on November.
So we need to go to stand 568.
We've got 3 lefts, Juliet Zulu or Alpha November we can take. Just turn the wing down.
Okay, Juliet Romeo Lima, hold short of Quebec Alpha for the moment. 9 Delta Victor.
So loud. And then we're going to go on to Mike to depart off runway 26 left. The departure is the Northern 1 X-ray RNAV. It's going to climb straight ahead to Kilo Whiskey 07, 250 knots maximum, 2,500 to 4,000, so that's initial stop altitude. 09 is also 4,000, Midhurst is 4,000. It should, I guess, tune Midhurst automatically, and then November 4,000 feet as well. So it's all in there, all the correct waypoints. I'm pretty happy.
FedEx 185, request push and start, stand 176.
There we are, let me just... Controlling the line is quite tricky on this. Problem is that the tower's quite quiet, but everyone else talking is very loud, so we'll just have to listen out there.
Yep, okay, first time I've done that. Okay, so we'll hold short of Quebec Alpha, thank you.
First time for everything, yeah.
Delta Victor, taxi down to 568 via Sierra Lima and Quebec Alpha now.
Okay, Sierra Lima, Quebec Alpha to 568, thank you very much for your help.
Very shouty, that one.
In Alpaca Bravo 2, we are ready to taxi.
Well, I'll try and squeeze out here. So shame I didn't get the Alpaca CSL updated.
Taxi to the holding point, Mike 3 via Kilo, November, Alpha Sierra for Alpha 6 for Alpaca Power 2.
Alpaca 502 negative, it's Kilo, correction, Kilo November, hold short tail for November actually.
Kilo November or short on November for Alpaca Power 2.
Gatwick ground Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo stand 15, request push and start.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, I'll call you back shortly.
Perfect, so we've been told essentially on position. Let me get at least better pushback ordered because we're only going to go.
Please show me where you want to go.
Outrageous. It's going to be something like that.
37 X-ray, continue taxi stand 105 via Juliet, Romeo Kilo.
And there.
So connected and bypass pin inserted.
Jet bridge, yeah. As soon as I release the parking brake, it should retract the air bridge. If it's all working correctly. Have I forgotten anything, guys? Critical?
55 Kilo, contact London 129.425.
129.45, Alpaca 55 Kilo, goodbye.
I think we've gotten everything done.
2.
I hate that tow guy. He's definitely, he needs a chill pill.
Golf Mike, ready for taxi. Defender 34 Golf Mike, taxi, Kilo, correction, Kilo.
And now if you deselect the APU page on the eCam, it will automatically show you the most useful one. Okay.
Kilo, November,
Doors, apparently. I want to go to Malaga, I know. 15 minutes late now, but it just took me about 15 minutes longer to get this aircraft set up. But we've requested push to start.
502, continue taxi, holding point Alpha 2, Romeo 6 left.
Stream already basically over. It's just started. I only just started. Canton Kugel joined at the perfect time. Just about to push
to the holding point Alpha 2 November, Alpha Sierra, Alpaca forward. Ground Iberia 1970 requesting push and start stand 2-1.
Bit of a cul-de-sac here, but there was not that many other stands I could choose. I mean, I could have taken one of these stands.
Yeah, give me clearance. Stand 221. Already received clearance earlier.
Oh, calm down, buddy. I don't think there's any tower on here. Very busy now. I literally was only 2 other aircraft.
Alpaca 34, correction.
Yeah, about CSL was updated just before last MOGF. I did just update it before the last MOGF, but Jamie said there was 2 updates in between then, so...
Push and start approved 15,000 Kilo Alpha, Alpaca 346.
Uh-oh, that might be. Push start approved, back at 34 Alpha Bravo. We're on our way, guys, finally. So, pushback preparation, switch on the beacon. There we are. Beacon is on, and check all doors are closed. Well, Lister was right, it's giving me the best page, which was this one. Cool, pushback truck, and then release parking brake. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
There goes the air bridge. Oh, what is it doing?
Aircraft 820 with the formation uniform.
Ah, that's all changed.
54 request.
Ooh, it's a new layout. I just wanted to get rid of that jetway status. Oh, I don't know where the pushback tuck's going.
129, small 425,
outrageous. Right, so we're going to start 2 engines at once. So announcing starting engines 1 and 2, set engine master 2 switch to on, and then engine master switch on. You just don't, that's all you need to do. There's nothing else. There's 2, we've got N2 rotation, it's about 10 seconds. Now, so starting engine number 1, it's just outrageous.
Tonight Delta Victor's parked on 568, thanks for your help. Was that parked back up on anyone?
Push start approved face west.
Push start approved face west,
Wait for light up. I don't have to do anything. Why is it not lighting up? I swear it was quicker on the test sector. 25. APU bleed, ignition. There it goes. Cool, I was getting nervous then.
Miller 331 Gatwick ground.
Maximal Factory 1, aircraft 220, stand 54.
Oh yeah.
Formation uniform, request factory instructor.
Just simply done.
Mill 31 clearance Bristol.
And then just start engine 3 and 4 exactly the same way. It's just little. It's just alien to me. Love it.
Our Delta Victor's parked on 568, shutting down. Thanks very much.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Engine 3 and 4, parking brake set.
1 design is 145, thank you very much.
Disconnecting toes. Stand by.
Gotta go have external
Okay,
view of
19,
this.
Editor, stand 1, correct, 18, start 8, correct, stand 1,
Roger.
Ensure trim wheels set upon engine 3, start, verifying cross check. That's not in my tutorial. That takes half the time that does to start the engine on the 747.
Gatwick ground, Air Junior 6, request push and engine start, stand number 33.
Wish a big favour for VATSIM. People VATSIM don't need to shout down the thing or have the mics so close. Like, the control is
Air
perfect,
Junior 6.
but that is way too loud.
Engine 3, correction, engine 6, stand 3.
Right, that's it.
ToLiss disconnected. A bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe
Push and start approved. Face south on Kilo Alpha and we have the
Alexa, start engines.
Air
I might as well have done that, John. Ed to increase ignition was shown. Fuel flow and EGT. 50% N3. Start valve was closed. Engine stabilizer and idler added. 59% N3. It's caused the EPR because it's Rolls Royce. I like referencing N1 primarily, which is there 70.7. And that's it. After engine start complete. So this switch goes to normal. APU bleed to off. There we are. Arm the ground spoilers by pulling the lever up. Set or reset the rudder trim to 0.
In that we go Alpaca
Reset.
5 to all inshore on
Set flap lever 1, 2 or 3. So we want the flaps to 3.
uniform.
So flaps to 3. Don't think you'll be able to hear the flaps from the flight deck, very loud. Pitch trim set. Oh, what was that figure?
Copy that for Alpaca 5
Was where's that CG trim setting? Oh, I've to set this again. Up 3.4. So, oh, it's already set. I didn't do that. Up 3.4. So that's done. Engine wing anti-ice not required. AP master switch to off, and then we can request taxi. It is so little to do. It's so little. It's excellent. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo request taxi.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, I'll call you back shortly. Great break, Alpaca 502, con 122 decimal 8.
It auto trims. Oh, really? Ah, so it automatically sets that trim for you. It does the trim automatically based on that. Wow. That's great. So, at what stage does it trim automatically? Because someone said make sure you do it after the third engine start or something. Well, I guess it did it automatically then. That's super cool. Gino, auto brake and takeoff config. I think you do that. You do that during a taxi, don't you? Well, we got it started anyway. I think that light goes out eventually, doesn't it? We'll put the taxi light on and the runway turn off camera. Oh, I need to turn my camera on as well, don't I? Camera to taxi. Oh, yes.
Alpaca 491 is ready for taxi.
Alpaca 491, taxi ready point Alpha 2, runway 26 left by Kilo.
She busy.
And Alpha Sierra.
Runway point Alpha 2, Kilo November Alpha Sierra, runway 26 left, Alpaca 491.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, taxi point Alpha 2, runway 26 left by Kilo November and Alpha Sierra.
Taxi point Alpha 2 for runway 26 left by Kilo November Alpha Sierra. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. Well, I've got our taxi clearance. So parking brake release. You don't need. Does this all the time? Why does it do that after better pushback? I've got full right on the rudder. Why is it not turning right? There we are. So apparently, when you taxi, a bit like the Max, you really don't need to add any thrust. I'm just adding a little bit just to get it moving. There we are. Straight to idle. Right, I'll turn this background music off and turn the noises of this beautiful aircraft up as well. So taxi instructions, Kilo, and then left on November, Alpha Sierra, hold Alpha 2. So it's going to be our the first left that we need to take here. Now that's going to be a wingtip clearance issue for sure. That's okay, just... What a beast! It's so long. The default sounds are pretty nice. So many wheels. So next left. And because the aircraft's so long, you do need to sort of overshoot. Someone told me in Discord that if you put that little dot here on the yellow line, that's exactly where it needs to be, apparently. So you don't want to keep the nose wheel on it because your main gear will cut the corner, still cut the corner quite a bit. That works out beautifully.
51 Alpha November, taxi stand 51 Lima via Juliet Romeo.
Let's do the before takeoff checklist then. So, form a flight control check.
Taxi stand 51 left via Juliet Romeo and Lima, 81 Alpha November.
Flight control.
Okay, ground Adrian 06, we are ready for taxi.
So, elevator, full up, full down, aileron. Full left, spoilers up, full right, spoilers up. Roger, I need to be quick here because it's also connected to my tiller, but full right, full left. So flight controls checked.
Calling on Alpha 2 right, Kilo Alpha Kilo November Alpha Sierra, Adrian 06.
Why do people shout, man? Honestly, that is so loud for me in my ear. Just a slight left. Just down the taxiway, and then it's just following the queue of traffic. The flight controls we've checked. FMA is set.
Right, F4 fly back, Delta standby, brake, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, Nova, Brave, Unicom 122, definitely have a great stream fine.
Unicom 122, destinate face to ATC, and we'll see you soon. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, cheers. So over to Unicom now. There's no tower, you see the ground controls of ATSIM don't have the right to use to take off. Hopefully we'll get his qualification soon. And we'll just need to...
843, fully established others from right 265.
So they'll need to coordinate departures with traffic. So it sort of like becomes an uncontrolled airfield now. Yes, order brakes coming. I haven't finished the checklist yet. I think I've got the parking brake set, that's why we're not moving. Flight control checked. FMA's check, nav and climb. They are armed, so I'm going to have to turn my little camera off, I guess, for this. We've got climb and nav armed. And they should be blue, I guess. I hope so. Check no red flags. Confirm transponder. Oh my goodness me, I'm not looking where I'm going. Anyway, it's at the back of an Iberia A340. Parking brake is on. Confirm transponder is set and set to transponder on. Might as well put it to TARA now. You wouldn't do that until you're actually lining up, so I'll likely forget. Terrain on ND if required. It's not. Order brake to max. That is set to max. And cabin ready. Make sure it's all green. Take off config. Oh yes, I need to push that button as well. There we are. All green look, no blue. Perfect. Tonight on Flight Deck Sim, Alpaca's out of control. Ecam no blue, that's it. Parking brake Anyway, set again. Good job I took a little bit of extra fuel for taxiing. I allowed for 20 minutes of taxi instead of 10, because I thought it'd be a long time. We're still going to burn a ton of fuel. We had 33.5 at the start, and we're down to... we've already burnt 500 kilos of fuel, which is a huge amount. Half a ton gone. Looks like London control is on 127.1 after departure. Thank you. Well, so before takeoff checklist is what's coming up next. I don't need to do anything with the engine modes or packs because we're not in heavy rain. We're not doing a backpacks off departure. So just the exterior lights that we need to set. Number 3, he could have probably gotten away. There's also traffic turning onto final there as well. There's that easy, perhaps on an intercept heading, but you can at least get one airborne there. There's a easy 8483. 2 tons per hour fuel burn idle on the ground. Great. That's the same as a 737 in the cruise. I don't know if these guys taxied out on 2 engines. I mean, based on how quick and easy it was to start the engines, they probably did. Hello Simulation Nation. Hi, I am Gatwick Ground. Oh, awesome. Thank you very much to ATC. Need to go get your tower qualification. I'm joking. Hope you get it soon, buddy. Come on, Lufthansa. Yes, that's it, buddy. Max Rank, fun fact, leaving the AP bleed running will provide the same performance as turning the packs off. There you go. Did he go around? Ah, he's down. He made it. There goes Liberia. Trying to overshoot this line as much as possible to keep the main gear on it. It's so long. Yeah, that's pretty close. Parking brake set. Robinus, are you feeling brave enough to turn on automatic failures? Absolutely not. No way. I mean, to be fair, it just tells you what to do here, doesn't it? What's the rule on how close you're meant to get to the aircraft in front? There really isn't any rule. This is too close. Main reason you'll get too close is you'll ingest all the engine fumes through the bleed system, and then you just get this horrible smell of jet fuel in the air conditioning system. But that's probably too close. Maybe my nose gear was about here. Got a queue of A340s for departure. I love the Airbus this evening. Hi Rodrigo, hi mate, greetings. I think it's not Iberia, rather a Hainan Airlines. Same troubles. Ah, okay. Yeah, it might be just his the CSL then. JP4 is running through my veins. Niki had a double engine failure in the 3rd time I flew it. Yeah. Listen, me getting this to Malaga in one piece will be a miracle. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream so far, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button as well. Thanks Nightbot for modding everyone. Not every day you get to see me fly an A340. Who knows when you'll see it ever again. Probably never. 1 bus gone, 4 more to go. So I think after this one, we'll give it a couple of minutes spacing between ourselves and... oh yeah, it's not quite right. There was no issue with Iberia. It just looked like Iberia from behind. It is Iberia.
Alpha 101, holding short Alpha 2, runway 26 left. That's the company traffic. Short final 265 lining up.
So I think that is actually an alpaca. Roberts, you've been running auto failures on this beast at 40 and I've only had 2 fuel pump failures so far. Oh, not very reliable then, these aircraft. Astrid, will you smash this as hard as you did in the 321neo in Barcelona? I just find it incredible. Some people can remember particular streams, especially ones where I land it really hard, but I do remember that one. That was the ToLiss A340, yeah, from Innsbruck I think it was, and we did land it very hard, if I remember rightly. So as soon as he blasts off, we'll sort of line up and wait ourselves. We'll just make sure no one's on final. I'm not going to follow that line, because if you follow that line with your nose gear, your main gear is going to probably go on the grass. So I'm just going to go straight for a little bit, and then we'll do a tight turn shortly. I don't know if it's like the 7.4 and they have the main gear tilting to forward wheel swapping. Right, parking brake set again.
Alpha 101, picking up runway 26 left.
So strobes on, landing lights on. Put these lights on as well. We can turn off our little camera once we've lined up. And he's blasting off. I'll just double check there's no one on final. No, it's all clear. Let's go. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo lining up on runway 26 left. Just got to get the weather radar on as well. Because this aeroplane is so long, if I follow that line, the nose gear, the main gear is going to probably get very close to the grass, so that's why I've overshot it slightly. So I have to turn that off now. I think that improves my FPS as well. There we go. And I'm going to come out quite far out before I make my turn to the centre line. Just the weather radar and predictive wind shear warning. And we'll just give it a minute or so spacing. See, I'm still not going to be. I'm still going to be slightly right to the centre line, even though I stretched out all that way. It's so long, this aircraft. You have to really go out far. Right, so weather radar. Oh, can't get turbines. Just weather. That's not modelled, I guess. Then +5. Weather radar on, predictive wind shear warning auto. I think we're ready to go. Guys, Toga's in chat, TCAS-TARA, yeah, done that one, and we're all good. So 50%, release brakes, flex Toga, rotate, 80 knots light forward pressure, and then we'll go. Right, let's do it. Toga's in chat, parking brake, oh, timing, God, I forget that, I'm in serious trouble. Yeah, run. I'll start the chronometer as well. Parking brake released, let's go. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo taking off 26 left. So now 50%, bit more. Looking stabilised.
Edging out 6 heavy, lining up runway.
There we are, Manflex SRS, runway green. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots checked, releasing forward pressure. I think it'll call V1, but you just have to rotate yourself.
V1.
There we are, rotate. There's the back pressure, nice and slow, don't want to be tail striking. That was a bit fast, but we're airborne. Ooh, positive rate, gears coming up. And I don't need to trim, I just let go of the stick, and it's perfectly where it needs to be. Oh, so strange. Perfect. So I don't need to do anything except follow the flight directors and put the thrust lever in climb when it tells me to. and I'm already above F, so when we get to acceleration height, all I need to do is go to flap 1. So I'm just waiting for climb. There we are. So thrust lever climb, lower the nose, and straight to flap 1 if above F. So flap 1, no trimming required, just straight onto the flight director. I have not been told to control London or anything, so I guess I'll just continue climb. I'll just get to 4,000 feet first. Waiting for S to put slats up. You need to turn on the transponder, Captain. It's on TARA. I've done that. Neek. TARA. Anything else on? Ooh, yes. My bad. Slats up. Just testing you guys. Well done, everyone. Slats up. Right, one to go. Autopilot. Vertical speed 1,000. Let's level off at 4,000 feet. So 1,000. Pull. And I'll accelerate to 250. Ah, easy. Nothing else wrong. See, I'm working the transponder like it was on the 7.3. Just make sure there's definitely no ATC. No one wants to contact me. No, there is London, but no one's asked me to contact them or anything. So there's 4,000. Let's quickly do the after takeoff checklist whilst we're here. So retract the gear, disarm ground spoilers.
Gatwick traffic AGL6 heavy taking off runway 26.
Disarm ground spoilers, nose wheel and runway turn off lights off. We are just levelling off at 4,000. Nose wheel as well. We've done the climb on the thrust levers. That's it. It just says do nothing else. And then to climb, I just set a higher altitude, don't I? I don't need to delete each restriction like you do in the 7.3. So I'll just set our cruise level 3.7, and I'll is it a push? There we are. I think OP climb. Might be something else there. Well, we're climbing above the restrictions at 250 knots. We'll climb first. After takeoff, checklist complete. Pressurization. I'm sure it's doing all that properly. I pulled it.
Got a traffic, pack on 346, flight away from radio right.
I'm Airbusing it. It's easy. Look at that, clouds. Push, will obey constraints, pull, will climb past them. Yeah, I found this out yesterday, Peter. This is really unusual for us because in the NG, you have to delete each individual constraint. Otherwise, if you engage VNAV, it will not climb at all. This is sort of like going level change and ignoring the restrictions, which is just really unusual for me. Set standard. Engine anti-ice coming on.
Yeah, traffic up area 1970, Alpha 2, runway 2 to clear, number 1 extra.
About to have a. So that was a TA. Actually, just requires us to look at it. You don't actually need to make any avoiding action unless it's an RA. Quite close. This is technically a controlled airspace right now. Easy. Oh yeah, I didn't finish the after takeoff checklist. There we are. After takeoff checklist complete. Dominic, that's all. That's the one I always remember. Push, plane does it. Pull it, you do it. Right. Passing 107 for 370. Let's do the pre-cruise checks then. So, passing through that altitude, switch off the landing light, seatbelt sign. We can turn to auto. There we are. That's in auto. Cruise checks next. That's it. Oh my goodness me. Engine anti-ice off, thanks. It's just very little. I like it. Now what's this timer here? How did I turn this one? 24:41. Is that a different button? I can turn off the chronometer, but not the elapsed timer. I guess I hold that down to reset it. Well, no resets there. Right, I just passed over. What? Was that Southampton? not sure. That's the chrono. MGS1 standard set, yeah, done that one. Up to 370 cruise level. And the aircraft's now accelerating to 320 knots, so we just had a speed restriction on the SID at Novma, if I remember rightly. I think Novma was 250 knots max. There we are. Novma 250. We've accelerated. Did you smack the chrono? Yes, but this is 2 chronometers. I did this one on takeoff, which is here, but there's this separate chronometer here. How do you turn this one off and off? I'll turn the noises down. There's a separate one by the looks of it.
Traffic Cabrera 1970 will be lining up behind the British Airways Airbus.
There we are.
Just rolling now.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
There we go. Beautiful. Thanks, Jonathan, for your 30 months as a member. Bright red logo hoodie arrived from the swag store yesterday. It's lush. Love it. Way brighter than I usually go for. Oh, sorry to have that. A year membership already. No chance. Thank you very much, Jonathan Woodshire, for your 13 months. Jonathan, if you're genuinely not happy with the colour, send it back. I don't have any dealings with the merch store, Teespring. It's all manufactured, dispatched, deal with returns themselves. We just choose a design. So if you're genuinely finding it too bright, send it back and choose another colour. It's the chrono button on the glare shield. I must have knocked that out there. Thank you. Scott Morgan, you can insert fixings like in a 737 from the flight plan. Select yes, LS1. Fix info right LS1, enter the waypoint name and set its radius. I saw that, Scott Morgan. I did that on the last stream, and I know how to do it for the runway point. So, for example, Malaga, Lima Echo Mike Golf 1-3. Put out the fixed info, then the ring, because that 10-mile ring is a godsend. So good for situation awareness. Ah, Jonathan, the colour's awesome. It's just not my usual black or grey. Very similar to me, Jonathan. I always sort of wear kind of neutral colours, so greys, my blacks. I'm wearing a hoodie at the moment. It's like a light blue hoodie, but sort of like, well, not light blue, like navy blue. Rafael, Delog is coordination between with Madrid, so given a direct to Delog is absolutely legal. Absolutely, I can tell you from flying in this very chunk of airspace for the last 10 years, typically when we speak to the French going over the Bay of Biscay, we get direct Delog straight away, especially for Malaga. Very unusual not to in most cases. Thanks for subscribing, Nostad, and playing guitar with Arush. God, it's loud, isn't it, with the airflow here? I already turned it down, so by default I think it's here. Oh, it's freaking. Oh, that's better. Oh, yeah. I must have unsaved it because it's very loud. It's sort of like how the ANG is, but this makes it a little bit difficult to hear what's going on and whatnot. There we are. Left turn now to Inbid. Directly overhead Southampton now. Hello Aviationpedia, my name's Arush. Hello. Boeing 737 Captain's aircraft's massive. Looks like we're not moving at all. I know. It is a heifer. Second, actually, what was our takeoff weight today? Takeoff weight I think was about 260 tons. I think the Felis 747 fully, well, not fully laden, but I think the takeoff of the last flight we did we were a little bit heavier. One of those clouds look great, Matthew. They are enhanced skyscapes clouds. Aviationpedia, you have 2 accounts. There's only, yes, you only need to apply or chat in one account. There's only one account needed. Did I say City Skylines, Lauren? Enhanced skyscapes. I used to call it City Skylines when it first came out. Waypoint Richie, are you still experiencing disappearing and reappearing clouds? Yes.
Minimums, 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 approaching minimums.
Thank you very much. Is that Matt or Mattez? Not so sure. Thank you very much for joining as a member. Glad you enjoyed the content. You get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the custom emojis in chat as well. Thank you very much for the support. Take care of yourself, buddy. Hi, Kate. Just popped in to say hi and click the thumbs up. Back to work. Cheers, Captain. Cheers, Kate. Thank you very much. Hope you have fun at work. Lauren V 2500. No, you said cities skyscapes. I'm just trolling you. So I did say it, and you're trolling me. Oh, outrageous. Dennis, does your Thrustmaster TCA joystick make more sense now that you're flying with Airbus? Not really. It's a great joystick. I am looking forward to getting the control column imminently. Also, I've been told by the company that dispatched it with Thrustmaster. I'll give you my thoughts and feelings about that when it comes. Looking forward to it. 2 tons, so some more radical action at Laguna Seca in the near future. Plan is on Saturday, if you haven't seen it in chat already. Tim, just for lols, I managed to get the plane out of the city at the weekend. Just the tail was tagging him on the stand though. Outrageous. Taylor, what side is your throttle quadrant on? I don't have the full Airbus TCA setup. I actually use a little joystick thrust lever on that because when I'm flying online, most of the time the auto throttle's engaged, especially on this aircraft as well. I didn't feel the need to get the thrust levers as well. Oh, Lauren, now I am. I got a bit confused when you said city skyscapes. You did say enhanced skyscapes. Glad Ren gave me this direct so I don't have to navigate with the emoji maps. Are you just talking to the French then? I'm still on Unicorn here. I've not been told to contact anyone. No. So routing here towards Maroc, approaching the Channel Islands, and then we have Leona Domok, and then it should be South Basic, Novan in Bab, then eventually Delog. But plenty of performance though. Cruise having back display 8081 today, nearly at 370, 14 minutes after airborne. But we are about 100, I think around 100 times, but 100 tons below our maximum takeoff weight. Lauren French will call you around Leone. Actually, where's the FIR boundary? Do some fuel checks as well. Well, we get to top of climb, so a fuel check at Leone will be a good point. The boundary is at Leona, so the FIR boundary is Leona. What are you using to get between thrust stages on this aircraft? Just the map buttons? No, not at all. Just basically, I think you can, in the settings, I just move the thrust lever. Where is it? I was looking for the thrust levers, couldn't see them. And I just move it forward. It's sort of, there's a little click on it when you get into the climb D10, like it is with the real aircraft, so you just have to move it in between that and it sort of locks in and allows for small movements either side. Gatwick, what's the target altitude, by the way? We're cruising at flight level 370, which is coming up. Ben, what do you think of the 340 so far? I've enjoyed preparing for this stream quite a lot. I mean, at the end of the day, we all joke about Airbus here on the channel and things like that, but come on, it's a 340. I mean, look at it. It's great fun. So I sat down yesterday for the first time with the manual and spent about 2 or 3 hours getting it set up on its way on the test sector, and I see how Airbus have made every aircraft so similar. The 320, the 319, the 340. It's in essence the same. Like the FMS, there was not much different. Well, there was nothing different. It's remarkable. The handling's a little bit different. You could tell that you're flying a large 4-engine jet compared to say the 320. Like the roll rate's very slow, especially at slower speeds. I was doing a little bit of hand flying, well, aka control wheel steering flying, and you can feel the difference. But yeah, like it a lot. There we are, that's our cruise, 370. We should be here for the next hour, 30 minutes or so. Matthew going, it's go home day, MMO or bust. Yeah, what is MMO here? We can go a lot faster. It's still accelerating actually. I think if we go here to one of the pages, it turns on cruise speed. 0.80 managed. Yeah, you're managing just fine. Astrogy, I'm sorry, there is a huge difference to the FMS on the A340 as for passenger numbers. Yeah, the cost index on the Airbus is very different to Boeing. So on a Boeing, you can actually put a very high cost index above 100, but it's no point. Anything above sort of 80 in the 737, it's all the same. Why it goes up to higher numbers, I have absolutely no idea. You'll have to ask Boeing because it makes no difference. It's all the same speeds. Sort of above cost index 80, the climb speed is 10 knots below VMO. In descent, it's 10 knots below VMO as well, and it flies right below MMO as well. I flew a cost index 100 flight plan a couple of weeks ago because it was a curfew at our destination. We had to get back. And actually, you've got to be a bit careful with it in descent, especially because you're so close to MMO. Any change in temperature, especially at higher levels, can make your Mach number jump up, and your speed, obviously your indicated airspeed, causing you to exceed MMO. So sort of went knocked the speed back to around 320 knots in descent.
50, 40.
Thanks
30,
for the 200
20,
rubles,
10.
Orange L. Sorry if I've mispronounced that. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, Captain from Russia.
Hello.
Does your airline fly to Russia, and have you ever flown to Moscow? Thanks for the content.
Thank you very much, RNGL. I believe we don't fly to Moscow, no, unfortunately. But I'd love to visit one day. I've never visited Moscow either, but perhaps one day I'd like to go. Flipping cold there, I can imagine, at the moment, RNGL. Thank you very much for your donation. That's very kind. I'll be thinking of you when I eventually one day perhaps visit Russia. Thank you, sir. There we are. Please contact we Brest on 1255. Don't forget, I'm streaming 6 hours behind live time, so it will be dark in reality here right now. Just wanted to enjoy the lovely Ortho scenery.
Ryanair 23 Papa Delta, bonsoir, squawk 5647.
Ah, why is it the French on VATSIM and in real life always change your squawk code? They always do it when you enter French airspace. Radar bonsoir, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, maintaining flight level 370 and a right turn to Basic.
Kappa 34 Alpha Bravo, bonsoir, direct Delog.
Direct Delog, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. Right, we'll do a fuel check at Domok.
Ryanair
We're going to go direct Delog.
Direct Delog.
Direct Delog, Ryanair 22.
Direct. Next pages. Delog. Insert. Just like that. Ah, Pro 330 miles shortcut. Lovely. Right, Domok. So Domok, we should have been here 18 minutes. It's 21, so a little bit slower than expected. The same Mach number though for the cost index. We should have burnt 6.4 tons. I don't see fuel used. Probably on the fuel page.
Verticale des installations et nous le rappellerons en vente arrière main droite
fuel.
29 hôtel Romain Delta.
Where's fuel used? There we are, 6360, 6432. Yeah, so that's much better now with that increased fuel price. Thanks, Lauren, for sending that over, the recommendation. We should have 22.8. Bear in mind we took an extra 4 tons. We should have 26.8 on board, 27. There we are. This Cypriot flight plan is bang on now. It was so if you got the A340 add-on, make sure you select a fuel bias of plus 6%, and then your flight plan will be much more, or much closer to what the ToLiss A340 fuel burn is. Just give me an extra couple of tons than it did yesterday. PJ, Moscow's a city in flight level 300 conditions. Yes, the outside air temperature is pretty much the same there. Jono, Ortho where? We should have Ortho down below. Let's have a look. As usual, that lovely Ortho I downloaded is... there's a little bit. That'll be one of the Channel Islands there. Should be clearer over Spain. I think it's very nice this evening in Malaga. Hello, High Champion. Have you, or main channel from the High Champion? Have you ever done a real life long haul as a pilot? If so, where did you fly? Did you enjoy that flight? Operating as a pilot? No, I've never done long haul. I operate on a short, medium haul fleet. So the longest flight I've ever done is well, in my career, it's about 5.5 hours going to the Canaries from the UK with a strong headwind, about 3 hours 45 on the way back. So yeah, that's the longest I've ever done. Yeah, 737 is capable of actually going a little further. Never done any oceanic flying or anything with the stuff with the 737. Aviationpedia is lagging, yeah, slightly. Some FPS there. It's just spiked at about 40. So these clouds do eat a little bit of FPS. Ah, that view is supreme. I prefer it 747 though. It looks great though. Hi Mark, perfect time to be watching whilst on the exercise bike. Great stream as always, very good. Hello Snapshot, hope you're doing well buddy. I always thought the A340 was such a beautiful kite. I agree, and actually I like the A330. I always like the look of the A330. And last time I saw one was actually in Malaga, funny enough, was an Air Lingus Airbus A330. And they're actually so much bigger than the 737. You never realised until you're right next to it. Yeah, livery's superb. Thanks again, Bowen. It suits the Alpaca Airways very well. Actually, Bowen, if you're around, have you got any more hidden gems? I've only noted. I've not actually done any cabin tours. I've only just put the window views in from the saved seats, the one we were just in. But you did the little no smoking, aka now no llama switch. Probably something else you've done. Well, John, you've got a bit of ortho through the clouds. Oh, sorry, clouds have come back. No, it's now got a world of its own. It's a little bit laggy. Oh. Right, I'm going to get this new PC on order. This is a weird Z-boat. It sure is. Mowing, yes I do. Oh, crikey. Peter Thompson, hi Captain. Have you seen YouTube video of Peter Jackson's astonishing collection of World War I aircraft? I haven't. I'm probably completely wrong. Peter Jackson, is that the director? Or am I thinking of someone else? I'll have a look at that though. That sounds very interesting. Matthew, long haul sounds horrible to me. Just thinking about doing a 12-hour flight with a couple of guys with the personality of a wall. Well, I'm quite lucky. Everyone at my base and all my colleagues are good fun, you know. And like I said, I couldn't think of flying for that amount of time next to even anyone. You run out of conversation quickly. I prefer the short sectors. Let's have a look at 2 tons. FPS is actually alright. It's just lagging slightly. But maybe the you can see. Look at the difference here. Looking up 70 FPS, looking down at the clouds, 26 and lag. It's maybe we can actually switch to high performance. There you go, and you can't really tell much difference. That's helped loads. Thanks. Alright, let's have a look at this cabin. So, first thing that Moen did, one of the members of my channel, who spends a lot of time, his free time, improving the aircraft in many ways, as there's German and many others, is put the no smoking to no llama. So, no llamas on permanently. We don't allow llamas on board Alpaca Airways. I've genuinely not looked around here, but we'll do a bit of a cabin tour, see what we can find. So, we'll leave Jim in control. Here we have a nice little cubby for your coats. It's actually quite a nicely modelled cockpit. That is so huge. I mean, the 737 is very small. I mean, look at this. You're massive space. I mean, the jump seats have a little table between themselves with cup holders. Yeah, you don't get that with the. Oh, is it locked? How do I unlock the door? Is it on the pedestal? Oh yeah. Open or locked.
vous êtes numéro 1.
Slam that door open.
Numéro 1, nous
Right, into the galley. Here we are. I don't think I can see around here.
And probably requesting leaving the cockpit for a couple of minutes, please. The Golf Bravo, India, no problem. Report
Toilet?
back.
I don't even know if the toilets are modelled. No, no toilets. Christ, I stand too near that next time you open it. Yeah, I did kind of slam it open. But what's really cool, you know, the little camera we had whilst taxiing, you can actually have that screen view for when you're flying along. So I don't know if it's actually showing ortho. Oh yeah, okay, so the one tile which isn't Ortho 4XP is this one over France. The reason was, every time I tried to generate it, it was corrupted, the one over Ren. I guess it would show whatever you'd see out there, but everything else I have is Ortho. So here's Alpaca Executive First Class here, looking very nice. It's not too... I've just seen the first one.
Copter 21 Delta Romeo taxi.
Dear.
Alpha holding point.
Any more Alpaca emergency exits this way? Is it premium? Yeah, we've got premium economy as well. Nice little flying down to sim headrests. What is the ground speed, AVHPD? Just here, be exactly what we're doing.
Alcata 346, bonjour, direct Delok.
He's got his spitting as well. 10 out of 10. So we've got spitting llamas as the no smoking sign. Brilliant. Did you check the no llama signs in the cabin? We're having a look. Alright now.
Flight level 390.
So that's economy.
Italia 1970, bonjour, breast control.
What's that meant to be?
Direct Delok.
Direct Delok, thanks, Italia
What?
1970.
Is he cocking his leg? That's brilliant. Up to cat. Does an airplane body flex like the hull of a ship? Does it at rough waves? I came to think of what that when I saw the long corridor. I don't think there's much flexibility in the fuselage. The wings, absolutely. Maybe there is in the fuselage on this long as well, but a large landing is going to deform the fuselage for sure. This is outrageous, man. I don't understand what this one's doing. It's very confusing. Oh, number 2 and number 1. Oh dear. Here we are. Is this still premium? Yeah, we're still in premium economy, aren't we? Yeah, no wonder we can only get 306 people here. We're halfway down and we've not even gone to economy. Here's economy. 232 layout. Got TVs in the back of the screens. This aircraft's so huge, it's so long, it just keeps going. And there's the view out the window. Yeah, honestly, that was the only one tile that's not ortho. Did I just see something else, or was that just the regular line? Yeah, it's just the no line line. Wow, it's so long. You see it now starting to curve around with the fuselage. Getting narrower and narrower. That's quite a cool view. Back of the engines. Clouds look excellent. Even though that's the high performance clouds, can't even tell the difference. The A340-600 was the longest airliner until the 747-8. Very cool. There we are, right at the back. Galley's huge, my goodness. 2 jump seats right at the back. Very cool. See the contrails coming out the rim. Well, you wouldn't be able to get your head that far out. That's such a cool view. Let's grab the weather. Jonathan Wiltshire, Malaga, 1204 knots, so probably 13 in use. Clear sky, 16 degrees, 1016. Beautiful evening in Malaga. You missed a downstairs loo, really? How do you get downstairs? Oh, not through. Can't go through the floor. Where's, how do you access downstairs?
Hôtel Romeo Delta, autorisé, option piste
Via the stairs? What stairs? Is that the rear? Oh, I see. Ah, I didn't even know this was here. So this is the crew rest area. Oh, several toilets available. Wi-Fi hotspot. Oh, don't open that toilet door at the cruise. Go a long way down, as you will in that one as well. There's the gear. That's pretty cool. Is there anything else hidden down here? Oh no, that's where the gear lives. And you can see it underneath. That's so cool. I actually know it. I don't think I've ever been on an A340.
Condor 21 Delta Romeo, line up runway 03, cleared for takeoff with the car.
Very cool. I'd completely missed that on the way. I just thought that was a feature. Coming down, I thought that was just a feature of the cabin. I didn't actually realise it was downstairs section. The ultimate vacuum lavatory, yeah. Basically a wide, massive hole in the aircraft. Excellent. That's all the eggs. Very cool, Mode. Thank you very much. And I'm sure everyone in chat will say thanks, Mode, for making an excellent livery. If you'd like to download this, you can as well for your A340 exclamation mark livery. Small thanks to Mode. So, we're sat here nicely at decimal 80. We've got traffic just a few miles ahead of us, 2,000 feet above. I don't know if I can zoom in. Sometimes you can zoom in and see them. But why can't we see him? Oh, he's probably a little bit further out than that. Yeah, 20 miles ahead. We've got lovely tailwinds from the north, pushing us southbound. So our speed out of ground's almost 500 knots. We're going quite steady, to be fair. Ah, there he is. Look, just seeing the traffic.
Speed at 78, Mike, uniform, affirm, proceed direct, Romeo, Quebec, 404, and descent 3,000 feet, QNH 1023. Okay, so clear direct, Romeo, Quebec, 404, down to 3,000 feet, 1023,
outrageous. Right. So yeah, I mean, airbusing along. Remind me, guys, the fuel. If you're taking a fuel, you know, if you're doing maximum range on this aircraft, you're fully fueled up, 10-hour plus flight here. There's no manual requirement to distribute the fuel. It's just completely automated, is it? The trim tanks included. It just moves the fuel as required. It's just, I feel like I should be doing more. Like the whole stage, including with the 320, 390. To be fair, I feel so disconnected from the process. Really. Ashton, the controller sounds very French. As a French speaker, I wonder, do you ever struggle with foreign accents? Occasionally, controllers, especially in Malaga, of all places, because Malaga is an ATC training airport. A lot of new controllers train at Malaga. It's sort of a known thing. The ATC in Malaga can always be a little bit interesting. I mean, I'm not speaking against their professionalism, but if you look on any of the forums, you'll see what you need to see online. Yeah, sometimes they can have quite a thick accent, and it can be difficult to understand what they're saying. We had it in, where were we quite recently? We had to get the controller to repeat it a couple of times. We just couldn't understand what he was saying. And then you could hear the guy behind him, who's obviously training, you know, come over the top, yeah, give us instruction. I think it was in Spain, wasn't Malaga, that hadn't been there for a while. Yeah, fuel trim is auto. Airbus is lazy. Lauren, use this time to manually enter your cruise winds for fuel predictions. But if I'm guessing it would have used the average wind. So you know how I put the average wind in at top of climb? Will that use that for all of them? What's our next waypoint? Delog. Yeah, 211 at 2. I guess I could put it. Well, put each wind in. Well, let's put Delog in then.
Condor 21 Delta Romeo identified
Guidance boundary with Madrid.
Level 190 direct Beton.
Oh, Delog and Creaser. We already passed top descent on the flight plan for Creaser. 01049.
Papa Hotel Papa 1, bonsoir. Expect Godan 1 Charlie arrival runway 03.
That entry is so different. Ah, so I can put several descent winds in, can I? Yeah, because you just need to select any waypoint after top of descent, and I think that's the only way to access all the pages.
Speedbird 78, Mike, uniform, clear RNP approach.
200, 329.
7.
Slash 20.
And report
slash 200. Ah, lovely. 042 of 4. Oh, I'm airbusing. There we are. How many more winds can I put in? I'm giving it 3. I shouldn't need any more than that. John, we could get out City Skylines at the cruise. Oh, it's a short flight. I might do some gaming stream on City Skylines. So many people ask me that. I even get emails from a guy asking me to play that. Oh, it's reading it as 200, of course. In the 7.3 200, it recognises it's a flight level, because why else would you want to put the winds in at 200?
Adrian 6 Heli, request flight level 390.
So is that don't tell me that's 370 feet, 200 feet, and 100. Stupid machine. Why would I?
Climb flight level 390, Adrian 6 Heli, thank you.
So obviously, if you look in any of my NG streams, you'll see that it knows that you're doing a flight level. Silly thing. That's going to be some very accurate wind data below 1,000 feet, though. Why would Airbus do that? Not allowed. Well, for the initial descent, not great, but below 1,000 feet, excellent data. +1 for Boeing, absolutely, Paul.
Alcapa 346, climb flight level 390.
Maybe flight, yeah, okay.
Rest control, good evening. FedEx 185, approaching Westland Pacific, flight level 350.
Someone call V1. Or 320.
FedEx 185, breast control, bonsoir.
So that one didn't
identified,
work.
Continue at
flight level.
Continue as filed, Roger 185.
Maybe I have to clear it, as someone else suggested. It's a good job you suggested this here, Laura, not 50 miles prior to top of descent, because we'll be at top of descent now. Right, I'll do it one more time. So we're saying flight level, yes? So 351 /30 / flight level 310. It's a miracle.
Gate 5,
042.
Information, Mike, question. Clearance, IFR to London Gatwick with information. Mike, Lufthansa 06.
Excellent. It only took us best part of 10 minutes, but the winds are in.
Lufthansa 06 Yankee, Balmy 3 November, departure, runway 03, initial climb 5,000 feet.
Good thing we have the spacious cockpit, so there's space for the dozen training captains standing over your shoulder. Brilliant.
Departure runway 03 via Bal 3.
So someone actually asked me recently, one of the members, about SIG weather charts, what we're actually looking for when we're looking at them here. So here is a SIG weather chart. Pleased to see that our routing doesn't have any significant weather as well. This is a Jetstream 330, 105, 110 knots. And this is the sort of main area we're looking for here. So whenever you're flying in an area within one of these, it looks like a cloud, but essentially it's just highlighting areas of significant weather. Here we have isolated embedded CBs 350. Okay. Now, when it says CB on a significant weather chart, that doesn't just mean CB as in cumulonimbus. It could be CB, but also, I don't know if it says it on here, but my operator's charts, it says CB annotates thunderstorms, severe turbulence, severe icing, hail, etc. So it means that in this area here, it's forecast to have isolated nasty weather, essentially. So if our destination was within this area here, we'd think about taking additional fuel. If we're transitioning it en route, you'd have a look at your cruise level. Okay, we're at 370, so yeah, it's like the tops could be in the way. But this is just a forecast, it could be higher. And ideally you want to be clearing thunderstorms by at least 4,000 or 5,000 feet minimum. Always try and go around them where possible. Here's another area of significant weather. We've got moderate turbulence and icing from 190 and 180. So typical for this time of year. But we've got one there as well. These are slightly different to my operators. I think this is like generated in the US. Ours are actually generated
50,
in the EU.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh my goodness, Anthony, that's very generous, man. Thanks for the €50, bud.
Thanks for the great stream.
Thanks.
Off for a week, so glad to catch a live one.
Awesome.
Small thanks for all the work you put in. That tour of the cabin cracked me up, some laugh. Remember, Airbus makes lazy pilots. Back to the 738 next. God luck with the landing.
Thank you very much, Anthony, for the €50. It's extremely generous. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. It's going towards my new PC, which I'm going to be, if you're in the Discord active, I'm going to go through the process of ordering that in the next few weeks. Thank you very much. No thanks to me, the cabin. That's nothing to do with me. No input myself. That's all Moen and all the excellent other members that spend so much time improving the content for everyone. And don't worry, we'll be back in the NG most likely next stream as well. Very, very kind, Anthony. Thanks, buddy. Hi, Opal HD, using Vulcan? Yes, I do use Vulcan. Brandon M, how often do you, if ever, do flap 1 takeoffs in the 738? My operator, we default to flap 5, that is the takeoff flap setting for all takeoffs, unless for performance reasons we need to use another flap setting. Flap 1 improves your climb performance, so if you have an obstacle on your departure, for example an airport like Salzburg, runway 15, flap 1 will actually give you an ability to take a higher gross weight, because the issue isn't the length of the runway, it's your ability to outclimb the minimum required climb grade in the event of an engine failure to ensure you're clear of all obstacles and terrain. So that would be a time to use flap 1. Flap 1 in the NG, the 800 and 900, because it's a longer aircraft, increases the risk of tail strike. The minimum tail clearance for flap 1 on the 737 is about 33 centimetres. It's not, you think about the size of a 737 and think how big 33 centimetres is, that is how close the tail gets to the runway. If you rotate too fast, you're going to whack the tail in. So we avoid using flap 1. Other airlines, it's routine. And conversely, a higher flap setting like flap 15 or 25 could also be used. Would be for short takeoff performance. So out of Bristol in the UK, going to the Canaries, where you have no obstacles on departure, because if you take off at flap 25, your initial climb performance is very poor due to the increased amount of drag. Remember the 737 flaps 1 to 5, you get a kind of significant increase in lift, but a small increase in drag. But beyond flap 5, 10 and onwards, you get a much larger increase in drag with only a small amount of increase in lift. One of the reasons we use higher flap settings on high flap settings for landing, so flap 30-40, isn't so much for the lift, it's actually to give you a higher thrust setting. So in the event of a go around, the engines can spool up quickly. But the idle points at which they, even at idle in flight idle is a lot higher than ground idle, so you should be able to recover quickly. That's my very detailed answer for you, Brandon M. Anyway. Hello, K-Planes, hope you're doing well.
5652 and 64 Boeing.
Ready for push and start.
You could type in 35,000 for flight level 350. Well, doesn't make much difference, I guess, then. HMS Daring 1, I watched the Airbus streams for the pure amusement of hearing you complain about Airbus logic.
Condor 21 Delta Romeo, leaving my airspace, monitor Unicorn 122.8. Over.
Open HG, by the way, that's me on your PFD. Ah, that's you ahead, is it? Godspeed, sir. Anyway, if you're wondering where we are in the world, we're still over the Bay of Biscay.
Ryanair 64 Bravo Yankee.
There we are. Making landfall around Santander, and we'll have lovely Ortho 4XP, and we get to Madrid. We've got the new Orbex True Earth south of Spain installed. Looks really good. Small thing with Malaga, and you might find this with airport add-ons as well. Until the developer of the airport add-ons provides a fix, you might get slight issues. So for us in Malaga, you'll see it's not that bad, but one of the mountains just to the north of Malaga is sort of flattened slightly. You might not notice it unless I point it out. So it was the same with a lot of the other airports, but no doubt the developers will hopefully have a fix in time for them. Lauren Controller forgot about you. Now over Santander VR in Spain, so I asked for a frequency change. They do sometimes forget. Do we have any HC in Spain today?
Control, good evening. American 149 request.
Oh my god, seriously.
American 149, sorry, you're not in my airspace, so monitor Unicorn 122.8.
American 149, Roger, we ain't getting no one on the Unicorn frequency. We request weather at Gatwick.
What is this? That's what I need to do. Like, if V1 ever does an impression of me, I've been pointed out with V1's latest stream when he was in the Boeing. He went, "Chick clues hold," thinking that's how I speak. Whenever I need to take the mick out of V1 and speak like that whenever I hear any American there.
American 149, sorry, monitor Unicorn 122.8.
Trying to get rid of him.
American 149, I'm sorry, no one is answering me on 122.8.
Exactly, Anthony. Rootin' tootin'. Oh my days. Gank77, what cloud plugins are you using? Enhanced Skyscapes. He's done check placeholder almost every time he flies a 7-3. I know, I pointed it out to him. I said, "What is this?" I believe so, probably Boeing, but it was very funny.
American 149, request.
American 149, Gatwick Tower is online on 124.225 line.
Yeah, he sounded different then. That was quite funny. Guess that person in America is. It usually does something similar during Captain Canada streams. Oh, really? Fair enough, too intense. Chris, you guys need to do a shared cockpit flight. We do. Yeah, I did say to 2 times about 3 weeks ago we'd organise something, hopefully this month. You know, it's just getting around to doing it, especially with time differences and things like that. And I'm off at the moment, and actually, to be fair, last 7 days, I think this is my 5th stream in 7 days, because I've done at least, well, maybe 4, I don't know, 3 or 4 here, 1 on the gaming channel. So after today's stream, I'm actually going to have a bit of a break tomorrow. There's no screens, go out for the day, and on Thursday as well, I'm going to go see my mother, and then hopefully something lined up for you this weekend. Dennis, do you download Ortho for each stream's journey, or have you got them all downloaded for all of Europe, for example? So Dennis, about 2 or 3 months ago, my Ortho drive failed. My 8 TB drive it just completely stopped working. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was something to do with the spindle in it, or mechanically broke, and I lost everything there. So I do now download Ortho on a stream-by-stream basis. So I usually generate a zoom level 17 tile around the airport, and then 15 en route. Takes, I'd say, work-wise, 15 minutes. And then zoom level 15, for example, for this stream I downloaded 20 tiles in zoom level 15. I've got quite quick internet here. It took half an hour, and then I just, because they're zoom level 15, I put them straight in my custom scenery folder. I don't even need to shortcut them. So yeah, I do it on a stream by stream basis now.
Papa Hotel Papa 1, clear the Godan 1 Charlie arrival and expect...
Hopefully get some ATC in Malaga later, because it'll be very busy, I think. A lot of traffic coming in. Auntie, can I have another English breakfast at your new stop? Yeah, I might do. It's really nice, actually. They've got pancakes there, American-style pancakes. Actually called American-style. So you can have it with cream, syrup, bacon as well. Daddy, does your mother... So my mum, bless her, I call her... She hates being called mother. I always call her mother to wind her up. Yeah, we sort of live 2 hours away, sort of thing. So we sort of meet halfway, you know, a couple of times a month. So we're having lunch, meeting up for lunch, and you know, she comes to mine and I go to see her. John, pancakes and bacon, I thought I hate it, but it's also, I've had it before. What is it? I went to New York about 6 years ago, or was it, no, 4 years ago, and what is the big breakfast chain in, is it Applebee's? Or have I completely mispronounced that? And I had pancakes there, and it was the size of me. I was like, how can I eat all this? And it was so nice though. It's like literally like 6 pancakes stacked on top of each other with bacon, syrup. Denny's, dude, I think you might be right. Or was it Denny's? No. No, it definitely wasn't IHOP. Anytime, Dennis. Any questions like that? What was it called? Wendy's. I think it might be Wendy's Bloodline. Oh, I can have. I've got a picture of it on my camera, which I saved all my pictures there. It was really nice. Oh, I can't pronounce different names, and I think it's that. It was amazing. Yeah, it wasn't a name like Waffle House. They did all sorts there. Definitely wasn't IHOP. When is the burger joint? Oh, okay. Oh. It's a chain. There's quite a few. Yeah, I like New York. It was cool. It's a lot going on. I mean, we only went to Manhattan and around there. I will find out later. Oh, we talk about everything on these streams these days. I'm thinking of doing a step climb because I feared 370 was just generated by SimBrief. I feel like we could go higher. I don't want to activate approach phase. How can I find Optimum 389? Probably save a little bit of fuel. Now, is there a way of doing step climbs, or can I just simply dial in 390 and push it, and that'll update it, sort of like the LEMG does? Save a bit of fuel, going a bit higher.
Hotel Romeo Delta, c'est reçu, on est au parking.
Look at that little conga line, that's cool. If you dial in and push, the MCT will auto update. We'll do it that way then.
Lufthansa 06 Yankee, taxi to Alpha, holding point of runway 03 via Romeo.
No ATC in Spain, so we can either do it with the French, or we can get a step climb up.
Taxi to Alpha, holding point of runway 03 via Romeo.
Brest Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, request flight level 390.
990, and this on flight level 7.
I stepped on him. Alright, see, Hello Captain, long time listener, first time caller, quick question. Have you busted any altitudes lately? Well, if I was flying by American rules, very likely. But thankfully in my career I'm yet to bust any altitudes, touch wood. John, also, if you ever accidentally activate approach phase, if you delete your cruise altitude in the MCTU, it will revert to cruise phase. Very good. Radar Alpaca 3 for Alpha Bravo, request flight level 390 if available.
Alcapa 34 Alpha Bravo, you're leaving my space, so monitor Unicom 122.8. Bye-bye.
Unicom 122.8, thank you very much for the ATC. Alpaca 3 for Alpha Bravo. Bonjour. Well, it's Unicom. Alright, well, we'll do it ourselves. 390. There is traffic ahead, 20 miles, so we've just got to keep a close eye on him, and he is above, so 390. And yeah, you do it, Airbus. Oh, no, that was a pull. Ugh, push. There we are. Push. Thrust climb. EPR. Let's actually see what the N1 is with full climb thrust. It's so low. Just shy of 80%. Up we go. Ben, loading up in Alicante, meet you in Malaga. Very good. Yeah, by the time you got set up, we'll probably be approaching the same time. PJ, is that radio controller also controlling ground? Yeah, area controllers, they could do the whole lot. Ground tower, they'll give you clearance as well. They are the creme de la creme of VATSIM controllers. But capacity-wise, I guess if the workload's really high, you know, they have to prioritise their area first, and obviously if there's individual airports online, they'll deal with it and then hand you over to controller. But I think they could do the whole lot. The capacity of some of these guys is incredible. I remember, I think we were flying somewhere on VATSIM, and this guy was given my clearance, my taxi instructions at some obscure airport, whilst clearing people to land at an airport 100 miles away. He was constantly talking. He had plenty of capacity. Anti, it's only considered a bust if you go against ATC's cleared altitude. If you're cleared to descend via, then you aren't busted, then are you? Now, that's different, Anthony, maybe in America, because, let's say, for example, if we look here at Malaga, if you don't make any of the particular restrictions on the arrival, unless ATC specifically tells you to disregard it, it is an altitude bust. It's classed as an altitude bust. So here's our arrival for later. 2 kilo, Volpe 250 or 100. If we're above 250 at that point, it's technically a level bust. So we have to comply with it, which is why my operator we would set, in most cases, well, it'd be unlikely you'd be given either, because it just doesn't happen in Europe. You're not told to descend via arrival, you're cleared to a level. So, you know, Madrid or Malaga would say descend flight level 250, level at Volpe, or be level below Volpe, or, you know, it might just say descend flight level 200 with no mention to the restriction, but you must comply with it. But you never set below whatever agency tells you. But it's only in America you get this descend via. You don't get that in Europe. You just get step down per levels. Wasn't that the one in Finland last year? It was pretty epic, that guy. Oh, Andy, I can't remember. Possibly. But I've heard the guys before. The capacity of them is absolutely incredible. Anthony, how much trouble would you be for busting out your restrictions? Yeah. So you'd be filing a report for sure. And you know, if it's say like a restriction on an arrival, it wouldn't be as serious as say, you know, climb on a SID to 4,000 feet and you go to 5,000. That's pretty serious. So stop altitudes on a SID if you go above them. That's pretty serious. Yeah, depending on the severity. If you bust the level and you cause TCAS RAs, you know, aircraft have to take avoiding action. That's obviously sort of far more serious than just say maybe at Volpe we can't make that restriction. Now, what can often happen is these arrivals here, Volpe 270 or below, let's imagine Madrid had to keep us high because there was traffic crossing below. We started our descent and it was impossible for us to make Volpe 270 below. We just advise ATC, alright, yeah, Madrid, Alpaca, 34 Alpha Bravo, unable to make 270 Volpe, and 99% of the time they're, yeah, no problem, disregard. Or if it was a problem, They just vect you. Alright, yeah, turn left 20 degrees, and the other aircraft turn left 20 degrees. It's ATC's responsibility to keep traffic away from each other, but it's your responsibility to comply as pilots with the restrictions on the chart. Lauren, winds favour landing south. Remind me, do they prefer to land 12 or 13 in Malaga? Runway 13. 12 is very rarely
20,
used, and it's also
10.
no time to be closed. It's been no time to be closed all summer, pretty much. Thank you very much, Jan Panus, for the €5. Very kind. No pairs or emojis or anything. Just €5. Thanks, buddy. Very generous of you. Glad you're enjoying the stream as well. Thank you very much for your generosity. Yeah, the prevailing wind is usually from the southeast, so it's 90% of the time runway 13 and 10% of the time runway 31. It's forecast to be 31 later in Malaga, with the wind swinging around. But they'll keep on 13 up to a tailwind. Dennis, interesting how Orbex has recently launched True of Spain southwest and not the whole of the country. I wonder if that is being released soon. I have no idea, yes. I don't know how they released the UK though, when they released all those areas, 3 areas. Did they do that all at once, or was that by area? Not sure, but yeah, we've grabbed the Orbex True of Spain, and it is as good as the Orbex Florida. I've got all of them, Orbex of the California, Oregon, and Washington. I did forget Oregon on the members group flight. The state between the two. The Washington state and Florida looks great, and the UK as well. And the great thing is you can put it on a second hard drive and then link it in custom serial. Corey, why does your 737 have 2 more engines? Brilliant. And UK was released in 3 chunks. So altogether, is that what you're saying, Tony? Or separately? I guess you're meaning altogether there. How long got to the top of descent here? Might just have a quick break, guys. New cruise out, flight level 390. Thank you. So, top of descent is at 12:45. I forget, we're running 6 hours behind live time at the moment. So what's the time right now? It's 18:10 Zulu. We have... It's about a slight discrepancy actually. I guess it's probably my sim lacking slightly. 12:13, so 45, 20. It's about half an hour till top of descent. So guys, I'm going to have a quick 5-minute break, and when I get back, I'll start setting up for the approach into Malaga. Tony, I meant Great Britain was released south, then central, then northern. Got you. Perfect. Anthony, thanks. I know ATC has shouted at me before for climbing 200 feet above the 2,000 foot restriction within the control zone before. Yeah, if it was the UK and you've got a very low stop altitude, they'll notice that. But yeah, you've got to comply with your restrictions there. Would you ever take up a long haul gig, Hayden? No. Nope, not for me. Definitely not for me. Sim uses the Windows clock, right? No, it doesn't actually. Explain uses its own. So what I do, I'm very, I say OCD with the time, but I always like to stream in daylight hours where possible. Sometimes we do lifetime night flights as well, and I always go to the settings, and as soon as the second changes, I execute there. But every time I think the FPS drops off, the time lags. So this is now, well, that wouldn't make sense, would it? Because that's ahead of time. Oh, I don't know. In live time, yes, it does follow the exact time, I think, on your clock, but if you have it on a custom time, it changes. You can change the time in flight to whatever you want as well, but we'll leave it as it is. We'll just say it's 6 hours behind live time. Right, guys, yes, I will go have a quick 5-minute break, stretch my legs, and when we get back, we'll start setting the approach into Malaga. See you shortly, guys. Thanks for that, guys. Nice little refreshing break before the carnage ensues into Malaga. Oh, at the moment, we've still got constraints on this select airport. See where Madrid is. This, honestly, I've been on this airway more times. I've had hot dinners. There's Madrid off to the left, Floyd, and keep going south there. Got Barcelona quite a way off the distance to the east. I'll turn to say Alicante as well. Yeah, I know we've flown lots of streams around this area here, but it's just what I'm familiar with, which makes me comfortable. Thanks, Hayden. I kind of remembering when this aircraft was developed, ETOPS was still a consideration. And when ETOPS was relaxed, they had done too much development to cancel it. Was that more with the A330? Not sure. ToLiss does not go in direct competition with Flight Factor, therefore they had not much to choose in terms of left models. Okay. That was something interesting Corey said. Do they still make the aircraft? Do they still manufacture the A340? I have no idea. Quite interesting to know that, actually. I doubt it. Is Pliny says that the fans have just put some back into service. Interesting. Hi, Japanese. Am I? Thank you for all you've done. I've learnt about. I think you're trying to say thanks for everything you've done. Learned about flying commercial airplanes. You're welcome, Japanese. Thank you. And thanks for your donation earlier as well. No longer manufactured from 1991 to 2011. Wow, it's quite a short lifespan. There we go. Well, there's some lovely Ortho I downloaded. Why is it so cloudy? What's the weather in Madrid? I'm just going to have a look at Madrid quickly. So Madrid is Cav OK. Doesn't look so Cav OK to me. Well, to be fair, we're still 100 miles north of Madrid, so... So there'll be no ATC at Malaga. Not guaranteed, Stepan. There's no event there today. While the B-52 will fly for a whole century, absolutely. Get that arm back. Lauren is very nice and clear once you pass Toledo. Very good. Well, top percent for us then. 12:45, 23 is a little over 20 minutes away. I think we should probably start setting up for the approach into Malaga. Pretty confident it'll be runway 13 in use there right now. So I'm going to go to a descent preparation stage here in the cruise. We can do another fuel check at Creaser, which will be actually just prior to stop descent, but I should think we'll be all grand today. So it says, firstly, check landing elevation set to auto. Why else would you change that, I wonder? Maybe if you're diverting, but no, I guess if you put in the FMS it would upload it. No idea. Check the arrival is in the FMS, I'm pretty confident it is, and enter the destination data in the performance approach page. So, Perth. I think we need to now go to next phase. Next phase, approach. I need to input all the information here with regards to the weather in Malaga. So, what X-Plane 12 features are you looking forward to the most? I think all the new graphics updates and making it look like there, because actually X-Plane 11, the blade element theory behind it, which I know very little about, it doesn't need much changes to it. I mean, the aircraft handles so nicely in this sim. I think it'll be mostly a cosmetic change than a significant change to the actual core simulator. Right, so I've grabbed the Malaga METAR, which is essentially what the weather is when we get there. It's perfect weather, really. QNH 1016. Temperature 16 degrees. Getting a little bit cooler now. There's no point putting the wind in, but it's 1202 knots. Put it in. Transition level, we'll leave it 50 for now. MDA, we'll need to have a chance, so it will be the Volpe arrival. Threats of Malaga, a lot of high terrain around, so we're talking about altitude restrictions as well. Above restrictions on the approach, make sure you comply with them because you're quite close to the ground here. ILS Zulu 13. And there's not many stands that I think have the capacity or the size to accept an A340. I think the wingspan on this is huge. Is it 59, 60 metres? I think it's 60 metres. I read somewhere a while back. It's not very large. And I think the only stands I pointed out earlier that we could take... No, I don't want that one. That's the remote stands. The only stands we could take was on the ends, so 37, 28, and 27 here. I think that was it. These stands here, wingspan's far too wide for the Airbus. Maybe some of the stands up here, and these are all GA stands. There was only about, I think there's only one stand here that can take a 747 as well. But I do see A330s flying here, as I mentioned, Air Linkers. But yeah. We'll just have to find a suitable stand. Maybe I have to log off that so there's no ATC and all the stands are taken, but we'll see. So MDA decision height. Well, I'm going to put the MDA 295 because decision height is associated with kind of like auto lands and things like that. MDA/DA is what we want it is. So I'm going to put 295 and MDA. It's the same thing. You're going to get the minimum score at the correct height based on that. Full flap I'm going to use as well. So all the approach information is set up. Technical Raccoon, hi Captain, does the computer system differ much from the 737? Yes, well for me it does. I mean, you've got an FMS, I think this is Orbex True Earth now. Ah, excellent, now we can, okay. Is that Orbex True Earth yet? Or is that still Ortho? I can't tell. I think that's Orbex now. It generates sort of a same way an Ortho tile does.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Thank you, Tom C, for joining as a member. Glad you're enjoying the content. You get invited to our members-only Discord if you enjoy using the custom emojis chat as well. Thank you very much for your dedicated support to the channel. We'll see you in Discord shortly. Transition level, it's flight level 70. Yeah, actually, I just defaulted to whatever it is. It should be by ATC usually, but 70 sounds about right. Transition level by ATCs. It can vary based off QNH, but 70, yeah, 50 is a little bit low to be fair. What? So now it doesn't want me to put flight level. It did for the winds, but not... Stupid thing. Right, we've done that. Descent winds we've done already. Took about 10 years. Descent data. And then just says select order brake. I think... That's it. I know you can tune the radio frequencies manually, which I am going to do. But the runway length available here, it's 3,200 metres. If we can vacate Echo 2, Echo 1, that's great. I don't have any performance data. There's several order brake settings. I think high is going to be close to maximum braking, 4 quite aggressive, 3. Let's go 2, because we're not... Actually, we are quite heavy today. Let's go 3, conservatively, and see how it does, and we can always kick it out with the manual brakes. Yeah, the only other thing, and I know I'm going to get some people to chat, you don't need to do this, but someone said it might be a ToLiss thing sometimes where the ILS doesn't work, but what I've been doing is putting the courses and ILS frequencies in manually, and it sort of means that when I select localize the scales, I always then get the correct guidance. It just makes me much more comfortable, but I've got a funny feeling in the real Airbus you don't need to do any of this whatsoever, do you? You just I don't know if I need to do that. I think you don't need to do any of this. It just does it automatically. I'll just put 109.5 everywhere. 109.5. It's got the incorrect ident at this stage, but maybe we'll update later. There we go. I'm comfortable now. Is there any ADFs? There is one to the southeast here, but not on this approach. There we are. I can relax. So, restrictions. Let's check the arrival here and see if we can make any changes. So, Volpe, 270 to 100. Now, that isn't actually in there as any restriction. However, I think it's estimated to be at 177. So, it's right between the two to be on the profile. Next, 42.8 miles along the line, we get towards Martine. But it says here we have a speed limit point prior to that. Oh, I've got the wrong flipping arrival in. That's stupid idiot. Excuse my French. That's why, whenever you brief a chart, always check the top first. 4.2 kilo. Volt paid 250 to 100 177. There's the speed limit point. 21.8 miles later. We've got speed limit here 1257. That's to be 250 knots or below. Speed constraint 250. And then it's Omego. There's no restrictions there. Apart from 6,000 feet or above, we're going to be at 115 at that point. What does the little pink star mean? Oh, it does have the 6,000 feet constraint in. Probably is what the pink star means. Very good. So from Amigo, you then transition onto the arrival via Martin. Martin is next. There's restrictions at Martin, I think. 6,000 feet above, we should be well above that at 9.1. From Martin, another 9 miles to another decel point. What's it saying here? 5,000 feet above, that's fine. Nepur, which is just here, not quite on the extended centre line, 5,000 feet or above. So it's all coded correctly. 312 uniform. Waypoint's this. And the centre fix. It's probably that 5,000 foot point. 6,700. 5,000 feet or above. CF13 at 5,000. That's, it can be changed. Now it's 5,000 plus, isn't it? Not A. Oh yeah, I'm Airbusing. Oh yeah, going for that CDA today. And then Foxtrot only at 4,050. And then it has that point as a final approach fix. Okay, slightly different then. Pink star equals restriction you will meet. Orange star equals restriction you will not meet. No oranges then. Oh, it has an orange one here. Oh, brackets, I can't do 250 below 100 there. Okay. I need to put my fix ring in. So, if I remember rightly, select any waypoint. Fix info. Lima Echo Mike Golf 13. 10-mile ring. Ah, no. I don't want to put it as a waypoint. Oh, what have I done? How do I erase temporarily erase? Get out of here. Just do it one more time. Not allowed? Maybe it's not allowed. I'll check on the plan page. Oh look, I've got top of 7 point now at Greaser, so just over 100 miles away. Oh, flight plan. Where's my beautiful fixed ring? Ah! There's my 10-mile ring. Just great for situation awareness. You know, where are you in relation to the approach? That's why we use it on my operator. Makes me very happy that I can do it in an Airbus as well. Ah, that is Orbex True Earth. You see where that line is. So this is Ortho 4XP still. You can actually tell, look, because you see there's like a slight colour change on some of the tiles. Look, so this is zoom level 15 Ortho, guys. Looks, in the cruise, great. I mean, you can't really differentiate between that and higher zoom level. And then this is Orbex True Earth just being loaded in from my second drive as we speak. By the time we get there, you'll see it. And actually, from Ortho to Orbex, the transition is quite smooth. Matthew, if you could fly one plane, which one would it be? Ooh. I mean, yeah, obviously I love the NG. But if you honestly said to me, what airplane would you fly for the rest of your life? And you had the choice, I'd probably say the NG as well, because I know it well. I'm going to be comfortable in it. Plenty of an aircraft I'd like to try, though. Hi, Super Grubby, have a nice landing, thank you very much. If you guys have just tuned in, we're about 10-15 minutes from top of descent, sending into Malaga in the lovely ToLiss A340. So far, so good, nothing too drastic has happened. All that is about to change, as I said, in 10 to 15 minutes' time. Blériot. Oh, yeah, I've flown that for a long time. There we are, so there you go, that's Ortho, that's Orbex True Earth. You can see, look, there's a little bit of a line, but it nicely transitions between the two. Maybe notice on Ortho, look, just here, I think there's a contrail or something, or some line of smoke, and there's the shadow of it on the photo. It makes it look really cool from here. Or no, you know what that is? I think that's probably smoke from a fire. And then there's the shadow from where the sun went, from where the photo was taken. from here, it looks so realistic, even though it's a flat image. Tom C, how do you get the blue circle approach on the Zebo? Well, it's green in the Zebo mod. You go to the fix page. It's literally a button on the FMS that says fix. You type in the waypoint, so in case you want it around a runway, you put RW13 if it's Malaga, and then /10/4, whatever you want. Lauren, pretty sure that was another ToLiss-ism. Pretty sure you can only put speed on conversion for descent before top descent. Pretty sure you can change it in the real Airbus. Maybe. Oh, we've got Malaga approach online. Excellent. Hi Callum, shame I'm going to miss the madness. Going to need to go in 5 to get some brandy for the Christmas cakes. The week though. Maybe a small tipple for yourself, sir. Oh, Anthony, we're all confident in your A340 landing capabilities. Hey, this is quite a... I don't know. In the manual, well, in the ToLiss guide, it says flare at 50 feet. Start the flare at 50 feet. If you do it at 30, it's probably a little bit too late. But it sort of makes a strange sound. I don't know if it's one of the add-ons I have, but it sort of sounds like you've hit the runway, but then nothing happens, and then about a second later, you get the landing rate come through. It's lovely. John, does long neck Jim need to set standard when wearing a top hat? Unbelievable. Corey did a short flight in the Zebo mod with a friend using
40,
Smart Copilot, and we were both
30,
in VR. Really cool
20,
experience. Have you ever tried that
10.
mod? I haven't tried VR at all, Corey, but I've heard good things there. Thank you, Noah.
What's the ultimate litmus test for being British? When words like stupid are considered French.
I did say that, and I did apologise for my language. Yeah, I suppose. We're very apologetic, aren't we, the Brits? I keep my streams as clean as possible. Very rarely you'll see me slip a cuss word. I assure you, they come out flowing in reality sometimes. Actually, flare at 100 feet to be on the safe side. Well, I'll end up in the sea if we flare at 100 feet. It's a little bit too high. Brilliant. Thanks, Noah. That was very generous of you again. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Hi, Bloodline. I haven't seen you for a while. Fly deck to sim adhering to the watershed, yes. Well, technically, somewhere in the world it is past the watershed for someone. There we are. Here's Orbex True Earth. One of the things I really liked about enhanced skyscapes is when it's CAV-OK, you get this sort of washed out atmospheric condition, which is very realistic. Sometimes you can get, especially if there's been a cold front that's gone through or recent rain showers, it can often clear a lot of the pollution and you know, pollen and all the crap that's in the atmosphere basically, and you can see very far. But most of the time you get this sort of like haze on the horizon, and that looks spot on. That looks so good. Don't say that word here, John. HMS Daring, would you become a large field to the Maxes? No comment. I think IAG have got a large Max order on, haven't they? Unless they've cancelled it. Graham, have you ever had to intervene to get an unruly passenger removed from your aircraft in your day job? I haven't, Graham. I have had disrupted passengers in the past, which have had to be offloaded. But the cabin crew are trained to deal with that situation. We're actually told at my operator not to get involved in those situations. The cabin crew are trained to deal with that, and they have a process for which they try and de-escalate the situation. I mean, offloading a passenger is a serious thing to do, and every attempt at getting them to calm down or comply with the regulations or a safety something or other is attempted before there. But sometimes I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. You know, a passenger can be. It's usually alcohol, guys. They're that intoxicated and disruptive that it's not safe to travel. They shouldn't be getting anywhere near the plane. The gate staff are trained to recognise and forbid people from travelling or getting even past that situation. But no, I've never, thankfully, had to get involved, and nor need flight crew as well. There's always something. There's another 40 miles to go. Yeah, well, I'm just going to go outside. Looks great. Tom C, is there really good scenery in Europe for X-Plane? There's some here. Orbix True Earth. And it's good for all altitudes, the HD version, you know, if you want to be bopping around GA or if you're at the cruise here. Looks really good. Also, obviously, Ortho 4XP. Seems quite complicated at first, but once you get your head around it, it's very easy to download tiles and create them. Plenty of good tutorials available online. Laura, gate staff are not paid nearly enough to deal with drunk passengers before they get on the plane. Actually, in the US, they very often don't even work for the airline. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the amount of everything from security staff as well. They're not. They're 50, all underpaid.
40,
the work they do.
30, 20, 10.
Anthony, again. That's crazy. Oh, he did. Oh.
Towards the new PC, or towards the compensation for all the broken alpacas in the back after the landing. Best of luck.
Oh, that's very kind again. That's another €50 donation. You don't need to do that. I don't know what to say. Very young. Thank you. Yeah, probably for the broken alpacas in the back, compensation for them first. Thank you, Anthony. Anthony, each year, and this next year, I'm going to make sure they don't. The members, they all chip in, and they chipped in a significant amount of money to go towards the next PC, which is definitely, it's getting done, guys. You know, I've decided who I'm going to use, who I'm going to get it built with, and I just need help with the specs, which I've got plenty of help in Discord as well. And that is mostly thanks to generosity of not only just the members, but you guys as well. I mean, a lot of the donations and stuff, they go to the side to invest in a sim aircraft like this, sceneries and things like that. Yeah, I spend thousands of pounds on it. I'm not going to lie, you know, some of it just goes to the side and it helps me out as well. And that's ever so generous. I must always stress, I'll never be asking anything of anyone ever. Just enjoy the stream. I have an absolute pleasure streaming. It's so enjoyable for me, learning new aircraft. I'm passionate about aviation and simming still. And before, well, I did what I was doing what you guys are doing right now. I mean, at school, I remember at school, I'd be at the back of the school, probably meant to be paying attention to whatever I was meant to be learning, but I had my little school diary out with a little atlas in the back, with a little map, and I was planning my flights to take the default FS 2002 737 on a tour in the on the weekend. So yeah. Alex in the Sky, what GP you're getting? Probably I don't know much about it, a 3080 or something like that. And I want to get an i12. Yeah. I don't know anything about PCs, guys, so I'm very much plug and play guy. And I have to admit, Chill Blast, this PC I've had 5 years, this Chill Blast Aero Destiny 2, which I bought for about £1,300 4 or 5 years ago, has been perfect. But it is showing its age now, as you guys see when we're loading in here. But right now, I mean, 60 FPS, it's fine, but it's definitely moving forward with the channel. We're going to need to make it a bit beastier. Andy, don't worry, I'll be making a post prior to that. That's what I was looking for, Simony. Yes, 12 gen CPU, because I'm usually CPU limited. A job battlefield at I-20. Oh, you removed it? Well, that's funny. Oh yeah, top of descent. Oh, it's a good job I was jumped back in here. Right, approaching top of descent. Let me just see what the ATC situation is here. I think it's only approach online. No one's knocked on the door for ATC. No, I'm on real flight radar. I want that sim flight radar. Yeah, approach is online, but no ATC here. So, yeah, I think all I need to do is set a lower altitude, and then I push the button. 5 miles to go. So yeah, let's set Let's have a look here on the arrival again. Let's set 100 inbound vol pay. That's the first one restriction. So 100 set, and I push it, and I think we'll do 1,000 feet per minute. So top of descents in chat. There you go. Push. Descent. This is like pushing out at event, I guess. Oh, engines spooling back. And I learnt that the blue squiggly line is where we're going to capture the profile. How much fuel have we got? 17.6 tons. This is burning 8 tons an hour. It's about endurance about 2 hours then. Probably a bit more because we're into descent now. Alternate fuel for Alicante is 11 tons. Top of the push. Tom C, is the Amitab Alpaca livery on the Discord? It is. Well, I mean, most of the add-ons have. This would have been done by Moen Custom EFB. Same with the Zebra model and a few other aircraft as well. So it's caught the profile now. I see my little pink dot. So I guess it will slightly increase its rate of descent, bring the thrust back. Now I think it's a little bit different to the NG. In the NG, it plans for idle thrust, so the thrust is pretty much closed, but I don't think it does that in the Airbus. It might keep a bit of thrust on, and it just has to keep the speed within the 2 here. I mean, if we don't get any vectors, I don't really have to do anything, do I? I just set lower levels on the altitude and just let VNAV, or whatever it's called, do its thing. Callum, this is going far too smoothly. Are we at least getting a runway excursion? Unbelievable.
Minimums. Approaching.
Dave, welcome back as a member, and thank you again. I hope you're doing well, buddy. And you know how it all works. Thank you very much. I hope you've been doing well. You've been commenting on the videos. I always try and get back to as many comments as possible. Hello, Gala Tank 08. Hope you're doing well. Technical Raccoon, have you ever done the shortest flight West Ray to Papa West Ray, or was it the other way around? Yeah, that was like a minute or something, or 90 seconds. I think I did it on Microsoft Flight Simulator because they had it as one of the trial, whatever they call it, one of the flights are. But yeah, I did do it on them, and never realised it, of course. PJ, turn off engine number 4 for fun. No. Perfect day for trialling out the Orbex True Earth. I mean, I need to get. What I need to do is get a comparison to reality with this as well. It honestly feels like I'm going into Malaga right now. Hey Russell, hi Skipper, haven't been online for a while, been helping restore a Mosquito abroad. Glad to see you flying your favourite manufacturer. Thanks Russell. Have you been restoring a Mosquito? Russell, I think I might have been on this website. Is this the website I've seen of a group of people restore... I don't know, it's been a few months since I've seen it, but someone shared a link in Discord a few months back. And I saw that a small team of people are restoring a Mosquito back to flight. I don't know if you're involved with that, but if you are, amazing. Oh, Seville controls logged online. Area control. Oh, very good. Oh, yes. I can wait for him to ding me. I've got the frequency tuned up anyway. Hi Graham, bit the bullet and signed up to Vansim. Didn't have the confidence to do a flight, so just sat in Cessna at Gatwick listening to proceedings. That's how you want to start, Graham. You'll build the confidence, and in time you'll do it. You'll feel very nervous before you first talk to anyone of Vansim. That's completely normal. I did the first time I used it as a 7.3 pilot. There you go. Aviation Pro is a great YouTube channel I'd recommend. I think he's trained to be a commercial pilot now, but he's actually got some really good videos on how to use VATSIM, so I'd recommend him, and my videos as well. Maybe you can get a pick up a few bit with RT procedures too.
Level 150. Flight level 150. I'll back up on that one.
0412 miles, hello, identified. Clear, flight level 160, Volpe 2 kilo, arrival runway 13.
Sevilla, muy buenas, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, currently descending to flight level 100, inbound to Volpe.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, hello, identified, descent flight level 150, clear, Volpe 2 kilo, arrival runway 13.
Descend flight level 150, cleared Volpe 2 kilo, runway 13, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. So, 150 is set and cleared on the Volpe 2 kilo. So actually, as I was saying earlier, that's exactly how it works in Spain. In reality, you'll get descended to a level,
Hello, Adrian 6,
and
heavy
it's still going to keep with the
318,
restrictions.
descending.
So, we're letting it do its thing. This, I don't think, is idle thrust, but this is the thing about Airbus, you don't know. It's in climb. So I guess it's just trying to keep the speed between these
Follow
two.
160, Adrian 6, heavy.
Is that a scene or was the scenery not loaded? That was the scenery loading in, because I have it on an external drive. You can see it's loaded in now. Why is that not zooming in? Ah, that was weird. It wasn't zooming.
Gemini Control, good evening. Alpaca 346, passing flight level 360. Alpaca 346, hello, identified.
Rosny, when PMDG released the 737, will you check it out? Absolutely. I think a lot of people would expect me to. Yeah, I'll give you the plan is with the NG, I have, when I created this channel, I made a lot of tutorials with the original NGX, and the plan is to update a lot of those tutorials with the PMDG. Now, a lot of people might be saying, why are you not using the Zebo mod? Well, as sort of an aesthetic thing, obviously Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Good evening, Imperial 1970, flight level 390.
No doubt, the PMDG 737 will be well modelled, and I'll be able to hopefully replicate a lot of them. So I'm going to do a new cold and dark setup, a new mini full flight.
Flight level 130, question 180, and set the Volt 2 kilo runway 13.
A new full flight tutorial as well, and a few others as well. And I'm going to do a Zebo comparison tutorial as well. Be good fun.
Condor 39 Charlie, hello Sevilla, Squawk 4402. Squawk 4402, Condor 39 Charlie.
There's a shouty boy again, yeah, he's sure he's loud. Oh, I just realised there's a little bit of a hole. Oh dear, might need a little bit of, what's that, a hacksaw there. I need to do a tidying up. Otherwise, the model looks quite good.
4901, contact Malaga approach on 118.45. Bye bye. Malaga approach 118.45.
So I'm still letting it do its thing. So, usually it flashes up thrust idle, doesn't it, when it's completely idle? I've seen that come up here, but it seems to have a little bit of thrust on still. It seems to be maintaining 305 knots and just doing 1700 feet per minute. So I don't know if that's... I mean, that would be inefficient in the NG. You'd be coming down with idle thrust, so I don't know why it's going down at 1700. Is there anything I've forgotten? It seems like a thrust on descent. Doesn't mean see like a speed breaker. Let's see what's sign on now. Still have the checklist here back up, and I'm pretty happy with what I need to do. Pull the knob. I'm going to wait, there's a bit more guidance here, but pull the knob's level change. This is perfectly on the profile. Look, there's the pink dot, profile dot. So I guess why would I want to upset it? Lauren, Malaga's asking me to score standby to vacate it. Okay. Yeah, pulling it 777, that's level change. And I'll go down with idle thrust, I guess, with whatever speed I've got bugged or whatever target speed is. Fuel's okay, 17 tons. 17 tons. I can get to Canaries with less fuel than that in the UK. Why would you want an upset Airbus? Absolutely. But yeah, it just feels a bit inefficient, like 1600 feet per minute, well, with thrust on. I don't know. But as I've said before, I'm no Airbus guy. Augustin, what's your favourite place to fly in your daily job? Sorry if I can't donate. My mum won't let me. Augustin, your mum is very wise. No, ever need to donate. I can always. You don't have to donate at all. You know, it's very generous that you are offered that at all. But just enjoy the stream, buddy. One of my favourite destinations, Malta. Love going there. Canary Islands. 118450 Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo Stella. Perfect. Malta, Canary Islands, but not every day because they're quite long flights. Spanish destinations are usually quite straightforward and easy. Italy, harder work. Also Southeast Europe, Greece, hard work from a work point of view. But no, I really like all the interesting places. Malaga approach, we run us Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. We're descending to flight level 150 on the Volpe 2 kilo.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, we run us your still identified, continue descent flight level 80, expecting ILS Zulu, runway 13.
Descent flight level 80, expecting ILS Zulu, runway 13, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. So 80 set. Robert, would you like the opportunity to take a delivery flight of a new aircraft from Boeing to your company? Yeah, I'd love to do that. A really cool experience. I think I know a lot of the guys. There's only a few pilots and operators that do it. I think they often get, I wouldn't say stuck doing it, but they do it a few times, and it can get a bit repetitive. But I'd love to do it at least once. So I guess it's now slowing down. Yeah, 250 knots. So this is to comply with a speed restriction on the arrival. So that's the 250 knots at 21 miles from Martin. Martin. Galactic pilots get bored on long legs when the plane is basically flying itself. Yeah, I think low arousal more than boredom, so you can actually get a bit destimulated. So things, you talk about stress as a precursor of something, forgetting things, but when you look at stress, there's actually, if you're not stressed enough, I'm not talking about stress like, everything's going wrong, but if you actually have nothing to do, you can actually get quite low motivation, so you can actually get a little bit lazy and miss things. So, you know, it's enough usually to talk about your colleague, and we're all good guys, we all get along with each other, especially at our base. You can have a good old chat with them. I'm always looking to manage, especially with winter coming up, reviewing winter ops, because with the COVID-19 pandemic, I've had very little experience or exposure to winter operations, and I've only been a skipper for, nearly 3 years now, and I probably only de-iced. I can count on my hand how many times I de-iced and all the winter procedures, so I'm actually getting prepared for that.
And continue descent flight level 80.
So it's slowed to 250. I guess it's just now waiting to descend again. It's still saying it's
34 Alpha Bravo, descent flight level 70 direct Amigo.
Descend flight level 70 direct Amigo. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. We're already doing direct to
Alpha Bravo, apologies, direct Nepur. I mean, November Papa Uniform Romeo.
Direct Nepur, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, thank you. So direct Nepur, this might be slightly high, but I'll let Airbus do its things. There's Nepur, execute. It's saying I'm on profile actually, so I'll let it follow the little pink dot, keep an eye on its speed, and I can just use speed brake if required. James Harker, that's very interesting and sort of what I was interested in. It calculates the descent to low engine anti-ice on without getting high on profile, but many airlines use negative per factor in the MCDU to get more of an idle thrust descent without that margin. Understood, James. Yeah, so I've noticed it sort of descends with a bit of thrust on most of the time. For me, that's quite alien because...
let me know your indicator speed.
250 knots, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo.
Thank you, maintain.
Wilco. So maintain 250. So if I just pull this, it'll maintain 250 but stay on the profile. I remember this one. That's really interesting, James. Thanks for sharing, because the NG is an idle path descent, so VNAV path, it closes the thrust lever and stays closed, and only adds speed if the target speed just 15 knots below. So yeah, this is alien to me. So now, chat, when do I know, or... Oh, D is decelerated, isn't it? So that's where it wants me to slow down. Okay. So this is like VNAV path with the speed window open. I think this is what this is like.
Delta Kilo Hotel 6 Heavy, sorry, you were blocked by another traffic. Let me know again your company call sign.
Geo 6.
Geo 6, Roger. Reduce speed to maximum to 50 knots and then descend to flight level A0.
So routed direct to Nepo.
Flight level A0 and speed 250 knots, Geo 6 Heavy.
Malaga approach, Alpaca 7 Bravo Mike with you at flight level 150.
Alpaca 7 Bravo Mike, hello, radar contact.
Milo is lost. Did you just say negative?
What?
Negative what? Second of the 5 Alpaca long boys are down. Love it, Lauren.
Alpaca 4915.
Well, I think I'm airbussing very well. I'm maintaining 250 knots as requested from ATC. I'm on my little profile. I've got 36 miles to run. So 35, 70, 105, 11. I think we're a little bit high. That might be for me.
Alpaca 34, Alpha Bravo, second call, 5500, NH 1016.
Sorry, 5500, 1016, Alpaca 34, Alpha Bravo. I did hear him the first time, but I wasn't sure. 5500, you don't want to mess with this guy. SecUNH 1016.
Fever 412, Mike, the QNH 1016, continue island.
Oh, he didn't get the second call. CI cost index. I know that means cost index. Did you just say negative cost index? Yeah, I know. What did you mean by negative cost index, though? I guess that, but I don't know what you meant. Right, 10,200 for 5,500 feet. I feel high. I don't know. 30 miles, 10,000. Yeah, but it's saying I'm perfectly on profile. I don't like this. I feel like I should be a bit lower. Post cruise checks, lights. Put this on landing as well. That's it. I think that's all I've got to do. Check's complete. Localizer scales on. Turn the music off.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, by Nepal intersection, you clear for the ILS full approach runway 13. You feel comfortable with your current altitude for the strike and approach?
AFM after Nepal cleared ILS 13, we'll be fine. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. Why are we so high? We're 25 miles at 9,000, but
Malaga approach, good evening.
I'm not happy with this. It's saying I'm perfectly on profile, just doing 1,000 feet per minute. I know I'm high, so I'm gonna push that in and pull that out. Pull 250 speed brake. Why is it saying I'm perfectly on profile? Airbus people, I'm way too high. 25. I should be about 1,500 feet lower. Right. I'm also going to bring the speed back now as well. Right. Well, there's the profile escaping me, but I don't think that's accurate. I'm way too high. You'll see when the glide slope comes up, it's going to be below us.
Delta Kilo Hotel 6, continue LS to approach, runway 13 by Amigo. QNH 1016.
Continue LS to approach.
So going down to clean speed with the speed brake out. Now it's saying I'm really below profile, but that is not correct. I don't know what I've done. I feel like it's like, look, it's saying I'm 1,000 feet below profile, but 20 should be as...
Alpha Bravo speed 180, 180.
180 knots, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. So we'll go flap 1. Bring the speed back to the slat speed. also step down now we're on the approach after Nepal. We can go down to 5,000 feet. So we cleared approach, so down to 5,000. Yeah, look at this profile now. It's saying I am 800 feet below profile, but no, this is where I feel like it should be. Still, now we're just waiting for X-Plane's localizer at 20 miles. So there we are. Oh, look at that, bang on the glide slope. There we are. So this is why I want to come to Malaga, because I know on the localizer I want to be about 7,000. So there we are. So arming localizer capture. So Airbus people, please explain to me. This is saying I'm 600 feet below profile, yet I'm perfectly on the glide slope, and there's my pink dot. What? This is what? If I had stayed on the profile, it's coming towards me now. Oh, I don't know. Right, and he wants 180 knots, doesn't he? So I'm gonna go another flat 180. So yeah, we're gonna wait until arming glide slope. We're a little bit too far out for that. I'm pretty happy with how the approach went though. And also I can use the other speed mode soon, can't I? Now where's the profile going? Whee! I'm going to use VS and drive it down now myself. Vertical speed, it's got about 1800. Daniel, push approach and manage the speed. Why would I want manage speed though? Because ATC told me to maintain 180 knots. If I do manage speed, it's not going to maintain 180 knots, is it? So, from what my understanding is, I know I'm not on approach as well. I'll just start approach now. Glide slope capture, missed approach. So yeah, I don't want managed speed. I'm right in thinking that because he wants to maintain 180, so I need a bit of speed brake here. What's the missed approach here, Malaga? Power 2.4. Oh yeah, 2,200. Very low stop altitude in Malaga.
And by gate 12 to the parking position, uniform 4.
So now it's showing on profile. I don't know. I really would be interested to see what would happen if I left it. So I'm going to leave it in flaps 1. I'm not going to use managed speed until we're told to.
Alpaca 491, surface wind count, runway 13, clear.
Give any other speed. Oh, is traffic really close ahead? 5 miles. Oh, 5 miles. That should be sufficient. Yeah, it's fine. Armed speed brake. That's armed. I'm pretty happy with how we've Airbus today, guys. Oh, so if I push this in.
Right now on. Can you repeat the heading again?
Yeah, look, I don't want it to be in, look, because it's going to maintain 150 knots. So I'm going to pull it back out. And once we've been cleared, no more speed, I'll then push it in. Oh, check if approach phase is active.
Fly right heading 210 degrees. 210.
Possibly.
210 degrees, Iberia 1970.
So 180 knots.
Alpha Bravo, your speed 160 knots.
160 knots, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. So I'm going to go 160. Can I go flap 3? 206 knots yet, so flap 3.
Forward to Mike, apologies, I meant 180 knots.
I will push the button in.
Alpaca 7 Bravo Mike, left heading.
It won't go below the min flat speed green F. Oh, that I can push it in now then, because that is 160. Oh really? So even though it's bugging 150, it won't go below green F. There you go, everyone's happy now. I'm learning how much. I have to admit, I'm pretty happy with my progress.
Are you able to proceed to straight and approach? Or are we behind? I gave you ILS still, but I don't know if you're still high.
Oops.
We are good with the altitude, Adrian 63.
You just have more confidence in the pilots. There we are, 160, look at that. We're just waiting for gear down and...
346, descent 5,000,
which we'll do shortly.
Unit 1016, and by Nepal, clear for the ILS Tulu 13.
Descent 5,500, by Nepal, clear ILS 13, Alpaca 346.
Just going to gear down now, already at flat 3.
7 Bravo Mike, continue direct Nepal.
And landing checklist then.
Continue direct Nepal.
So, landing flap we can select now, and it's going to control the speed for me with the mini speed thing. Perfect. Oh, I don't have to do anything. So speed brakes armed.
346, speed 210 knots.
Ecam blue, flaps in full, speed brake arm, checks complete. Airbus guys.
Area 1970, speed 220 knots.
There we are.
220 knots, Iberia 1970.
As alien as it is, I think I've Airbused quite well. Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo at 5 miles.
70 transition.
Blocked. The tower online. Oh no, he's only approached, so he's actually going to clear us to land as well. I wasn't sure if there was tower on there. Right, checks complete. Ecam green, Ecam blue, I don't know. Ecam great.
Back at 346.
Oh, they use both autopilots on approach today. Okay. There we are. Armed Cat 3.
Speed 412, Mike, speed 160.
It's a good job we didn't get vectors, that's when it gets very confusing. Only thing that confused me was VNAV. VNAV left me so high. I just know from Malaga experience that coming over Nepal, you want to be at 7,000. When we were like, VNAV was putting us at 9,000. Right. Well, I put both autopilots in.
Back at 7 Bravo, Mike.
Oh, a hand fly.
500 feet.
Ecam no blue. All green, look, no blue. 16 tons, we need 11, so we've got enough for a go around if we have to. Aircraft's vacating. We'll be good to land. I'm hand flying now, autopilot off. Sorry, Airbus guys. I know it's against us. Leaving the auto throttle in though. Right, well you're not really flying, are you? You're just manipulating an autopilot. Oh, it does seem so strange.
210, turn left heading 280 degrees.
500.
Checked.
Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo, surface wind count, runway 13 clear to land.
Clear land 13, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. Land lights on, checks complete.
Alpaca 491, welcome to Malaga, left on Alpha, right on gate 12 for the parking uniform 5.
Slightly right of centre line, continue at minimums. Oh my days.
100.
Checked.
Alpaca 7 Bravo, Mike, you clear for the understood approach, runway 13.
Retard. Oh, not bad. Great landing. No butter though. Right reverses. Oh, a bit down. Heavy on the nose there. Oh, I'm going to bust the test sector, I promise you. Reverses. 100.
Alpaca 346.
80. Manual braking.
180 knots.
And 60 idle. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Malaga. We did it. We're down in one piece. No go arounds. Airbus all the way. Half knew what it was doing. I'm pretty happy with that. 40 knots. Stow reverses. And we've made it. Echo 2. It's where we usually vacate as well. Superb.
Malaga approach, good evening, FedEx 185 at flight level 150.
So we're going to request stand 27.
Runway 13 clear to land.
Now,
34 Alpha Bravo, right on Alpha, left on gate 4 for the parking, well, stand 18. Goodbye.
And we'll take a right at Golf 4, stand 18, Alpaca 34 Alpha Bravo. Cheers. So I think 18's okay for us, so we'll carry on straight here. That was mega. Really enjoyed that, guys. And sort of got a rough idea with your input, guys, of what it's doing. The only thing that was confusing was VNAV. With the profile, it left me 2,000 feet high, and it was just, thank goodness I went to Malaga, because Malaga, you know, I know Malaga very well, and where I need to be at what stage, so when I could see here, it's gate 4 by the way, then stand 18, when I could see where we were, I was like, that's not going to work. Next time I'll go somewhere a little bit more challenging, I promise. Make a left here. Remember how long this aeroplane is, so I'm going to overshoot the line. I should put this little thing on here. I think stand 18 is quite good for us, actually.
Left, heading 1.
This is the aerosoft scenery. Landing lights off.
Malaga.
Strobes off.
Iberia 1970, continue the
There is stand 18 straight away. I know, I meant to have my little camera on as well, aren't I?
Iberia 1970,
You should get the air bridge here. Stand 18. Oh, where's my guide? Oh no, so yeah, because this is Orbex True Airflook, you can actually get a bit of the stock Orbex scenery coming through. They haven't got a fix yet with Aerosoft and Orbex, so I'm going to have to half guess when to stop here. Need to go forward a little bit more. Come on. Is that not going for? Oh, I've got a parking brake set.
Speed before 110, sorry, that stand 280's.
There we are, I think that's stopped. Perfect. Parking brake is set. There we go. Was that a bounce? Probably. Still waiting for the APU Oh, what? Did I not start it? What a noob. Right, I'll do the rest of the cleanup here. So that's strobes off, beacon we need to keep on because the engine's still running. Taxi light off. That can come on level 2. I think we're all good at that. Oh, flaps. I didn't put the flaps up. Oh dear. Disarm the speed brake. That's looking good. What else we've got left to do on the cleanup here? Taxi in. Weather radar off. Oh my goodness me. Frying everyone as well. Off. Let's just check the status of the APU. Oh my goodness me. There's not a professional taxi in there. It's nearly there, look. I think that's it. Transponder to oh yeah, 2000 stand. Oh, well, we can do 2000 standby now, so that can come off. Clear 2000. Ah, yes. Everything done there. Disarm slides. Professional simmer, absolutely Warren Smith only. 11 out of 10 with Airbus again, brilliant. It's available so I can shut off all engines. Probably could have done that a bit sooner. There we are. Whoa. All of them off. Over to the APU generator. Here we are. Excellent. What a lovely aeroplane. I'm not sure if I'm meant to be on this stand in reality. Yes. Slight issue for anyone taxiing past, but what can you do? Actually, no, I think that's the end of the taxiway. But you can see here, what was our wingspan? Max 60 metres. So you can come in here, but max span 47 coming in there. Am I going to get the air bridge? What a little bit of air bridge action. My SAM has all changed as well, look. This looks very posh here. Arrival, maybe? Parking? If I click that. Mode manual. Gate 18, there we are. Look, flashing lights. Let's get the air bridge connected, get our passengers offloaded. Excellent. That's changed, the SAM interface. I'll have a look at some of the comments here. You can also see there's a bit of an issue with the scenery as well. So that again is Orbex True Earth. The aerosoft scenery is completely flattened the area. And again, we'll need to wait for updates to that. You'll find that with certain airports of Warfare 4 XP and other scenery as well. Cool. Let's have a look at some of these comments there. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with the obsession, obviously, on the channel with butter landings. If it's not a butter, that's it. You're not a qualified pilot. You don't know what you're doing, etc., etc. But it did say great landing with that one there. I'm happy with that. I got a butter on the test sector, said Dealey. I did. Genuinely did. I got evidence of that as well. 747's on stand 27. Wow, we got 18 as well. If you disconnect the autopilot on the MCP of the FCU, however you want to call it, the Airbus will treat it as autopilot failure, and you get the master caution then, and the red ECAM. Thank you, Robin. I've got a lot of expert aficionados here. It's great. Go through, Captain. Thank you very much, Anthony Murphy. Fun, educational, very enjoyable. When is the next live stream? Thanks, Anthony. So yeah, I'm going to have actually a day off. Discord tomorrow, a bit of a break and stuff, and then Thursday I'll get around to planning something. I'll do something on Saturday or Sunday this weekend as well, but keep an eye on Discord, I'll let you know. Pack Bravo, thank you. Just some slides, we got it in there. Yeah, the taxi cleanup wasn't that great. There isn't much to do, but it's all unfamiliar with me there. But no, very enjoyable. Love to know in the comments section what VNAV was doing, because I left it in. And I noticed that on the test sector. I've been practicing on 3.1, the actual further runway, but I did one on 1.3, and I was thinking, why is the profile, or the little magenta dot, leaving me so high? And coming on to the localizer, had I not actually pulled the speed knob out and use speed brake, you know, we would have ended up high. You can hear ATC were querying, why are you so high, you know, do you need extra miles? So I had to fix it myself, the same way you would in the NG. You have to sometimes take out a VNAV or get expedite descent to get back onto profile. That it all worked out in the end, so pretty happy with that. And I'm pretty happy that I could see through it and realise and knew what to do. I know essentially if it all goes to pot on the Airbus, you just pull out all the knobs and you've got almost a 737 again. So you can get it all down there. Perfect there. Right, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, guys, and I think we'll log off Discord now. I must get that CSL updated so many of you went alpaca in the A340 state. Really great to see you in the A340 liveries. But no, great to have ATC. Thank you to the control. In fact, I'm just going to message him now to say thanks to the ATC there, because he only came on for that. There we are. Cool. And we'll log off. There we go. So yeah, this aircraft's, is it $90? It's available for $90 or something, but I guess, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not the one that knows much about this. I'll be 320 Sim Pilot and V1 simulation, so I'll go get the feedback from it there. But no, it was great fun to fly it, and no doubt we'll venture out again. It's been 6 months since we've flown any sort of modern Airbus, and it's been great fun to do it again. Excellent. So we'll turn down the music here, and I'll cue the funky replay music as well. There we are. Cool. There we go. Now, why is that not playing? Great. There we are. I'm trying to get the funky music to go over top of that one. Interesting. Oh, it's because it's turned down. What a professional as ever. Unbelievable. Okay, still... I just cannot get the funky music to play, guys. I don't know why. It's completely quiet. Ah. There we go. Oh my god. I need to get like a stream deck or something. Oh my days. So professional. Unbelievable. Beacon light, I suppose. Right, let's have a look at that landing from outside. I think it'll look pretty good. I think it looks a lot worse from the outside. Weather's perfect. There's the flare. Oh yeah, a little bit firm. A little bit firm. Nice. That is loud. I like it. It looks great, doesn't it? I do like it. Quite firm. Sorry, headphone users. That's mega. Looks smooth from that view, yeah. It looks a lot harder in the cockpit. That's okay. My first ever time streaming it. Super. What you say? So long. That was unnecessarily loud. Love it. Mega. Right guys, well that's the end of the live stream today. I hope you enjoyed our adventure in the ToLiss A340. No doubt it'll make another appearance in the future at some point as well. We'll try and find somewhere a little bit more adventurous to go. I know some people are like, oh Malaga, boring, but no, I know it's a popular destination online, to be fair, especially for our European guys as well. Looking forward to trying it out again. Any feedback regarding how I flew it, I always appreciate the feedback, regardless, positive, negative. If I know something new about the Airbus or any aircraft, it's always a great experience to take that on board and remember for next time as well. Cool, so the usual stuff. Thank you very much to everyone that donated for your generosity as well. Ansi Murphy, it's twice you donated €50, very kind of you. No need at all, but appreciate it nonetheless. To all the members, thank you so much for the continued support as ever. To all the regular subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. On the way out, if you want to thumbs up the video and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest content. I'll next be streaming at some point this weekend. Guys, take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon.